best choice. The only independent voice of Liberia. No allegiance to any political party, organization, institution, or individual. Freedom FM 87.9, your best choice.
Uncle Joe this. The number one reason why, even if Yuri was prepared to stay with Baka, that I wasn't prepared to stay with Baka, was because Baka looked at me and wrote me that message on my 30th and said, the people say when I go to America and for the short day, they will kill me and I will die and the election will be over. Joseph Baka believed that our Henry Costa could kill him. Hey, that is the head. You're going to him today. Of all the things he did to me, that I could forgive him for, but that particular one, it hurts me too bad. Amen. I love that old man for so much. I had a $40,000 consulting deal with Daniel Cassell. Joseph Baka felt bad one day that he thought he was losing me to the late Daniel Cassell. So he complained, I canceled my $40,000 contract. How many people can do that? I'm not even going to talk about what I did for the old man. We're not going into that. But the sacrifices we made, but for that old man to look at me and say that Henry Costa was paid to kill him. Some of y'all came to America when he used to be here, when he used to come to me. I would be in the kitchen cooking. All my little cooking technique I learned from my uncle Jeremiah Walker House and my late mom, Sarah Burton. I'm making food. That old man look at me and say, I want to kill him. My people, let me ask you a question. Answer me this question today. Be fair. Put politics aside. Serve somebody diligently with your money, with your talent, with your gift, and with your loyalty. And the person turns around and accuses you of wanting to kill them. Would you stay with that person? Answer my question. Please, answer my question. Would you stay in that person's corner after they have accused you of wanting to kill them? Would you stay there? You have to answer that question. If you will stay, say yes. If you will leave, say, that man told me I want to kill him. Even that author, he wrote it on March 30th. I will never, ever forget that message till the day I die. I love that man. Y'all know me. I made enemies with so many people for that man's business. Today, all the thing going through, it was because we fought for Joe Walker in CPP. When he told us that y'all know I can't leave the CPP because I'm the chair now. It will not look good. So y'all my people, y'all do it for me. And we said, Uncle Joe, we will fight for you. We'll go to battle for you. We walk out of CPP for Uncle Joe. I agree. We destroy CPP. Yeah. And my people, I'm sorry. All of you, I'm sorry. The allegation is valid. I'm guilty as charged. I led the campaign to destroy CPP because I thought that if CPP remains and Joe Biden stays in, the commission is going to use his financial wherewithal to outmaneuver us and he financially induce the people. Yes, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I destroyed CPP for Uncle Joe.
Unity Party candidate Joseph N. Boakai is said to have been doing business with the Russian, and he is organizing men to bring war to Liberia. The American government will be in the coming days.
Be very clear to you people. I will not approve any decision that turn this country over to Joseph Baka. I will not do that. Liberia does not deserve that. Everybody look. Be very clear to you people. I will not approve any decision that turn this country over to Joseph Baka. I will not do that. Liberia does not deserve that. Everybody look. Be very clear to you people.
Somebody want to rescue him in Maserado County, Joseph Baka. Anything you want, you come to me. I never say he can rescue you. That's not possible. I went to the main county. Just over there, I came here. You get solar lights. I'm passing through here, you see light. You know the reason we put it light here? You see that to block? I walk on the road. The little children were outside. In the night. I see somebody in the carpet board trying to, they say they read it, not the dark, how you read. I came back home, they said we got to put solar light there. But this place, we were telling that we want our parents living here. In 176 years, then I found 2 years ago, you get solar light. It's in our house. We're living here too. We live under the people regime. They did not face nothing. They don't face nothing. So when you're speaking, everything you're speaking to people, those that are supporting them, they'll be running away. They're fucking jail. Because they don't want to hear it. They will come to you to tell them they don't want to hear it. 1975, I was living here in Philippines. For one darkness. And I wouldn't want you to get on Benny here. We move the heart. And the people come to you say that they can rescue you. People are not rescued.
First, in both our US-funded media training and in our messaging to the press, we spend a lot of time emphasizing responsible journalism. That with freedom of expression comes an obligation to verify facts and to not inflame passions without first doing due diligence. Today, I am ashamed. I'm ashamed to tell you that the most irresponsible controversies to emerge in Liberia's media over the past month have originated from the United States. While responsible, critical observations from the Liberia diaspora can be healthy, some cowardly media personalities and political personalities have intentionally disseminated rumors and misinformation into Liberia's political environment from the safety of their studios and offices in the US. And these people are motivated by disruption and a desire to break down trust in Liberian institutions. They don't care what damage they cause. And when questioned by law enforcement, they do not have evidence to back up their claims. Unfortunately, they take advantage of America's First Amendment rights to spread rumors and stir up trouble in your country, which is despicable behavior.
We will not fail you. We will work for you. And this is what we're doing. You listen to me in the church. I don't have to repeat myself. Everything that they say is wrong, that they don't want to start it. All the new thing that is here, that we don't want to face it. Anything what they're looking for, what they say they're tired, that they don't want to start it. And I want to try to face they're tired. Why are they tired? How can you be tired and you walking? Your stomach and they say tired. Those people, they sit down, they eat well, and you see your children to start the country. What can I do again? We came to the political arrangement. We came to the arrangement with vigor. We came with peace. And we attained the victory that never lead us today. Now because of you today, we have education. Now because of you today, our internet roads have been paid. Now because of you today, we made inflation at 27%, 99%. So don't let them pay you otherwise. Liberia is 175 years old, 171 years old. What we see in the 4 years, we have not seen it. In the 4 years, you build our economy, infrastructure, that because of you today, we got more hospitals. Previous government, they prepare on the hospital that were here before. But we pay a new one. We are your right leaders. I want to thank all of the newcomers, those wise people that change. They say wise men changes, but our art, wise men and wise women changes. So I want to thank all of the young people, the first time voters, and the newcomers, and I'm making a mistake to be with the family. This is the right family for you. We will depend on you for us to continue our developmental exercise.
One guy that was working with the foreign ministry that has started because he did the wrong thing. It's the men that coming up to this day, I was still a rebel group. I don't have to tell everybody whether he's now or he's not. Everybody has been rebel group different the way. If I've ever been a rebel group, when you go to the policy, and these are people that are carrying guns. Now we disarm, with the answer to the issue where they go. It's the men that come today on TV, bold enough to say, I am part of rebel group, or I gave to the rebel group. The only money I pay in this country is children are going to school. And all your students do now, they run it. I've not participated in a war. I did not support any war. I did not support anybody that fought war in my life. Because I hated what we will continue our reforms in 2021 and push to achieve growth and grow jobs across key sectors of our economy. And so, Mr. Speaker, although the state of our economy is challenged, the fundamental remains sound and strong. The soundness and strength is based on the very hard work we have delivered over the past 18 months. Madam Vice President and President of the Senate, Mr. Speaker, Mr. Pro Tempore, and members of the 54th Legislature, now that I have discharged my statutory duty under Article 58 of our Constitution, I would like to speak directly to you, my fellow Liberians. My fellow Liberians, just 3 days ago, January 22nd, 2020, was the 3rd anniversary of my inauguration as President of Liberia for a 6-year term. This is therefore the midterm of my tenure, and it is the time that we review our progress and achievement made thus far, and recalibrate where necessary to ensure that we achieve the goals of our National Development Plan, the Pro Agenda for Prosperity and Development, which is based on the platform upon which you elected me to this high office. First of all, let me reaffirm that road connectivity continues to be the flagship of my programs, which is intended to serve as a major catalyst for national development. It is important that all of the 15 counties in Liberia should be interconnected by modern roads. This entails the construction of approximately 500 kilometers of paved primary roads, as well as the maintenance of approximately 4,000 kilometers of urban.
Gabriel had to go see to the main store.
Oh, so the man wanted for you to go see from the web post store.
Yeah, he said, I'm going to go see to the web main store to they get money into the store. They will go take it from there. I said, my man, how many bars for the same leisure?
Then how can the police catch you now?
The police before the man called me back. Now on the 18th, they more.
The same man now.
Yeah, the same man.
The same man who want for you to go steal.
Yeah, he called me on the 18th.
Yeah.
Now in the around about 8:30, the man called me. He said, "Oh, my man, I'll let you be there and call you back again."
So that time you go to work?
I go to work. I go to work.
You leave for your working place, you come to the man.
Yeah, I'm from to my working area to Clarence to now go to the man.
To go steal now?
No, I'm not go steal. I go Steve. I go to yeah. How you question me, man? The thing you want for me to explain for you to understand, then you still questioning me, doubling the question. How many talk clear now?
Okay, let's go now. I beg you, sorry.
I say
when they call you in the now.
When they call me in the
yeah.
he asked me, say, how many of you are working to the area? I say, we are 3.
You told the man, say, you're 3.
Yeah. So he said, I want to give you tea to carry to the
The man say, you want to give you what?
tea. Have milk tea.
Oh, milk tea.
Yeah.
For you to drink.
With bread.
The bread.
3 pieces of bread.
With egg inside.
With egg inside my butter. So when I carry it to the man, say carry it to the man. When you give it to the man, then you must come back to the car.
So the food man give you now, you carry that so you can go convince your friend now.
Yeah. When I give it to the man, the man say thank you. I say okay. The man say, oh, where you going now? I say, oh, I'm going right car. So one of my friends called me.
Yeah, the same man you going to now.
Yeah, the same man.
The man tell you say he want for you to go steal.
No, yeah. So when I go to the man, he say clean the car. Then there are 2 now.
In the Jeep.
In a Jeep. Then there are 2.
A big Jeep.
Yeah. Black BG. Photo G. Yeah. So when I clean the car now,
air condition all inside.
No. Papa, you can't wait for me to spin now. I'll leave the whole town now. You can judge people.
I just asking you a question, sorry.
You can judge people like can here.
No, I'm a journalist. I beg you, sorry.
The way you talk in the question, you say when I move from here, I'll free. You say when I move from here, I'll free. If you say one talk again, I wanted to make a whole talk clear to you, but you talk in the question, hi, looking, then you want force and no more word there again. Why not be looking to the top? I'm not going to talk again. And say they call me to the office, I go explain.
I think he's explained to me that you come to get paid. You say you carry the tea to the man. After you carry the tea to the man, and you come now. So what next now?
And for me, I'll not fair.
Nobody, you getting very. You say answer you too much question. Hey, there's me things say make your egg and bread. You bring it. Okay, sorry. Now I say sorry now. Okay, sorry.
If you
I will not ask you the question again. Okay, sorry.
When I give me answer now, then you.
Okay. Explain again. I'm not asking no more questions again. Okay, let's go now.
Go to school. The English say I'm making the English.
Okay, sorry. Now I say sorry now. Sorry.
You take that.
I take it down. Okay, sorry. Okay.
Say I can take that
To explain.
Hey.
Okay.
And the Lord said, and behold, I come quickly, and my reward is with me to give every man according to the work done. For I am the Alpha and Omega. 10 minutes up to 8 o'clock. Good morning, folks. Another Friday. This time, the 3rd day in the month of November. Oh, wow. 11 months counting. And very shortly, we'll be talking about the climax of 2023. What were those resolutions that you made to God? Some said on December 31, Lord, I will get married this year. And some expressed hope to have their first house or maybe purchase their first car or whatever the case is. You got 59 more days to do that. In case you've not met up with your promise or your resolution on December 31, you got 59 days to do just that. Welcome to another edition of the program, the Freedom Morning Rise, right here on Freedom 87.9. And as usual on Friday, like this. The name is Hagar Ganda. I'm going to be seated right here from now up until 10 o'clock this morning, serving you the best of breakfast as we push towards the weekend. Too many things happening. Oh, yes. You know, there is this saying that I so dearly love from the newly elected representative of District 9 in Nimba County. He said since his election, people have been engaging him. Some from the opposition Unity Party who told him, Chief, you have to join this cause because you are from Nimba and we are anticipating Nimba producing a vice president and subsequently a president, so you have to join this cause. And he said, why in his district? Old lady walked to him and said, we want you to support the Coalition for Democratic Change government to re-elect President George Weah. And he said, why? And the old lady said, you have to do that to continue development, to continue on the path of development in this country as we are witnessing. So among the two, judge for yourself. Who you think should be supported based on information or reasons given by the two groups? We've come here this morning again to add our voice to the many voices in this country, giving you reasons why we think we should continue on the path of development. So just between now up until 8 o'clock, 8:30, studio chat in our conversations with you, audience. We were expected to have with us this morning Nimba County District 4 representative, who I'm told is experiencing some issues in his district, and he wanted to have come here this morning to speak on them. But again, we have to give him chance because of the legality, and I'm told that the issue is currently in court. So we thought to take a pause, and hopefully we will be having him here anytime soon. So Liberians are getting to understand what it is like, and some are willingly endorsing the president of this republic for his second term bid. You know, I was in Nimba last week, and I'm hoping to be there immediately right after the show. Going back there to tell our people this is what we should do, why we should do it, because development is better and greater than personal interest. And I toured some parts of Bom County, yes, to be specific, I think Toyota, going inside Sanoye. Oh yes, the message is resonating. So we do that up until 10:30. We will be here. We'll be having a team from a Liberian based there in the U.S. as to whether he is here currently, because he has said he wants to endorse the re-election bid of President George Weah. And trust me, now he got his own followers. So we will be here up to 10 o'clock this morning, at which time I'll turn my back to this microphone, pack my bags to continue the struggle this time in Nimba County. So we're taking a bit of our theme song, and that will be followed by Crime Stoppers Liberia, our proud partner and sponsor. When we come back, we set the pace with the discussion right here. The name is Hagar Ganda on this Friday's edition of the program, The Freedom Morning Rise.
It's about music. There are crowds in many places. In every community, you can see. So if you see crime, report it. Don't take law in your hand, call the right authority. Really can't take care of it. Crime Stopper here for us, bringing safety to your door. Whether you rich or you poor, if you see you must talk it. I mean you cheche. You wait for your safety. If you see it, don't keep it. You must call to report it. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crimes for all of us. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crimes for all of us.
Crime Stopper Liberia is your community crime fighting partner. Don't take the law into your own hands. Remember, if you see a crime, report it. This is a message from your own self, Old Man Sam Cyan.
Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crimes for all of us. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crimes for all of us.
Oh yes, Crime Stoppers Liberia is always our proud partner and sponsor here on the program, the Freedom Morning Ras. Today is Friday, and of course, it's the third day in the 11th month, and it's 2023. We're counting 59 days to climax this year, and that is why every promise that you've made during, we say, wash night, you are supposed to make efforts now to ensure that those promises I live up to, because you got few days from now to climax this year. So we've come here this morning again, not much new thing except that we are receiving information that the collaborating political parties is expected to endorse or make a decision as to who they will support in the pending November 14 runoff elections. So I'm told that they are today going to be making that decision. So we hope to get what we can get from them, and I trust that their action and decision today will go the way we think, and because we believe that some people should not be given clearance. So let me just take this short break quickly, please.
About music, there are crowds in many places. In every community, you can see. So if you see crime, report it. Don't take law in your hand, call the right authority. Really can't take care of it. Crime Stopper here for us, bringing safety to your door. Whether you rich or you poor, if you see you must talk it. I mean you cheche. You wait for your safety. If you see it, don't keep it. You must call to report it. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper Liberia, Connected to interior. Crime Stopper. Keeping us safe, let's stopping crime for all of us. Crime Stopper. The people bringing safety to your.
Oh yes, we have to take that quick break here this morning. So we'll be anticipating Sylvester Kovao Piwi, who's going to join us here this time via the telephones. We can have some issues discussion here this morning. This is a crucial time now, and we're trying to bring all ideas and hands on deck to ensure that our goals and, of course, dreams and aspirations for this country is actualized beginning November 14th. So Sylvester is going to be here with us via the telephone. We'll be having some conversation here this morning. So like we said, we anticipating the decision from the collaborating political parties, and so we hope to keep posted and listen to what it will be like for them. I'm sure it is 12 o'clock this afternoon. So what we'll be seeing here basically are not anything strange or new. And let me say thanks. We told people that the people of Nimba, there were things done in the past elections that we think weren't good for our country, and as good as some of us and some of our fathers and mothers are beginning to understand what it is like and trying to put our country back on the rightful path to ensure that we are not seen as the way people are portraying us in the public. So I can say, based on information I've gotten from Nimba, yes, Nimba County outgoing District 8 Representative Honorable Larry Yonkwe has pledged and endorsed the presidential bid of President George Weah, and he's one person who have not had that smooth relationship with President Weah, that I can say for a fact, because yes, I've been around him on several occasions, not believing in the workings of the president. There were times that he called the president to order and so too many things. Yes, but today he said no, not because we've had some disagreement over the past time. So should let the interests of the country and our country under maybe something that we don't anticipate for our country. So because of that, he said no, I'm going to campaign. And just last evening I spoke with him. He said I'm going to Nimba on Friday, and so that is because of that he's not here this morning. And but I'm sure we'll be speaking to him online too as well. So we will try to bring everyone ideas on board. And let me say thanks to Madam Gonglu Wei, though we've had our bitter issues before, but working together now to ensure the good of our country and our county. I appreciate her decision as we speak. She's currently having a radio conversation there in Ganta, Nimba County on Radio Kekimba. And also told that Tawongwe, a representative elect in District 9, has pledged his support to the re-election of President George Weah. That is something I hope to authenticate after our conversation here, or anybody close to him can send me information if that is anything, or you can send his contact. I'll try getting to him this morning. But yes, so if you are close to him, you can send me his contact. Let me try to hear from him as to what it is like from his end. So, we've said our county, Nimba, it is time that we take decision. This time not based on because this person is from our county, so we should run decision that is not in the interest of our country. I told somebody late last evening in one of the chat rooms that there would not be a Nimba without a Liberia. There would not be a Nimba without a Liberia. And even in our efforts, our quest, our interest that we got to produce president in this country, that dream cannot and will not be actualized if we as Nimbayans cannot work with other people from other countries and ensure that we are given the necessary support. Let's take for example, right? The last edition of the county meet, it took the assistance of Lofa County to ensure that NIMBA qualified for the quarterfinals of the county meet last edition that led NIMBA to eventually winning the tournament. So things will continue to happen in our county. We cannot live without other counties around us. So that is why some of us believe the quest and statements from Nimbayans or a few group of people from the county who will always sit and want to say it is NIMBA time, NIMBA should do this. We will say no. And consistently, I've had issue and I will continue to have issue with people who believe that NIMBA should only use Ambassador Boakai and the Unity Party to produce president, or maybe produce vice president when we got the power according to ourselves. We got the power, we got the numbers it takes to produce president or produce vice president in this country. Is this issue really about NIMBA producing a president? Or is this issue really about NIMBA producing vice president? Or is it really about Liberia's interest? If this is about Liberia's interest, then I would want to say why we Nimbayans are so much personalizing the entire issue of the selection of a son of NIMBA whom we appreciate for being a son of NIMBA, and for the past time he's been able to serve our county at the level of the legislature, and he continues to do that. But why are we personalizing this issue of producing a president, producing a vice president? And the statements and things that have been made by some of our leaders like Senator Johnson, giving them as reason why Nimbayans should support the Unity Party, I don't think it is being patriotic. And from the first round of elections, there were concerns about, let's say, from NIMBA as to how are Nimbayans taking decision, allowing a single individual to push us by our nose, as people will always say, and run us into the decision as to whether the decision is in the interest of our country. We don't care to know as to what will be the negative effect of our decisions tomorrow. We don't care to know, but all we want to know is we want to do it at this time. And that is why some of us, my last visit in the country, and even if I'm going there today and I go there today, I will continue to preach as message, is that we Nimbayans, or we Liberians, or people who support the dreams and aspirations of the president, people who believe that the president has done well for this country and he should be given a second term mandate, will always say, don't allow your current anger to allow you to make the wrong decision that we will sit tomorrow and regret. Oh yes, I agree with us. There are issues. Are we saying that the CDC government, things have been 100% rosy? No. Are there challenges? Oh yes, many challenges. Are there ways and means that we can sort out those challenges? Oh yes, beginning with November 14. But if you sit and say because you've got your issue with the government, you've got your issue, and the fact is there is no one president in this country that all other country will produce that will ensure that all Liberians are incorporated on government payrolls. No. And some will want to say, companies are not coming, partners are not coming to do this. It said that the government is preventing them. No, the very opposition today, if companies are not coming in this country because of fear, the very opposition today initiated that. When this government took over, on less than a month or two, we heard people making noise around here, 16 billion God missing. Information that they are yet to up to now authenticate, but only because they wanted to do it and push Liberians against their government, They sat and made statements that is today haunting us. They sat and threatened the peace of our country. And we want to say partners are not coming. How will partners come when you, the very opposition, who should be working with government? For me, I just believe it is only during the course of election that we should be talking about people from the opposition, people this. But once election is over, we all come together as one and work for the greater and common good of our country. But there are people who so dedicated themselves to thinking that they want to live in opposition, and so because they call themselves opposition, they fight the interests of this country, and today it is haunting us, and they want to shift blame again on government. What you were thinking when you were staging June 7 protests? What you were thinking when you staged too many protests in this country? The University of Liberia, you incite students to run decisions, you incite students to ensure that classes are suspended. Riots take place on the campus of the university on several occasions. What were you thinking on? And besides that, there are challenges now, and there will continue to be challenges, not just in Liberia, but in other countries, even in Western countries. The last time you heard Solomon Reeves from the US said they were buying sardine, I think 50 cents to 75 cents, but now it is being sold in America there for $3 or $3.50. You can find it. The price of gasoline and diesel fuel has increased, not just in Liberia. I'm sure even in Liberia we got one of the least price for gasoline. Things will continue to increase. Prices of things will continue to increase by virtue of the fact that there is no unity in the Western region. We see today, Ukraine and Russia stuff is still going on. We're hearing about the one that is happening in Gaza, the one that Israel and Gaza, the Palestinians, they are going through. We're hearing all of these things today. And these are things that will strangulate every other government. The impact and effect of the COVID-19 is something that the world is still trying to fight up to now. Some will say Barcelona, a football team that are supposed to do this. Barcelona is still broke. Barcelona is this. These are effect of the COVID-19. When games were not being played, but teams were responsible to pay their players millions of dollars. It's almost like you're selling, you're not making profit, but you have to buy the goods. Or you got people working with you, you have to pay them. Though you're selling, you're not making profit. But people working with you and you have to pay them. So after a few times when the market collapses and they say, oh, so things will continue to be difficult. But all I can say to us is Liberians, that when we take, as Liberians, that when we take this decision, God forbid, it will be the terrible decision ever in the history of our country. And we, the young people, we should hold ourselves responsible in case of any, God forbid, wrong decision that we take in this country. You know why? The Ambassador Boakai is somebody who has lived his life. The Jeremiah Kun is somebody who got 9 years. He got remaining 6 years to serve in the legislature. He's been there. He got the money. He was a businessman prior to him becoming a legislator. He got his money. Senator Johnson, just the going election, Nimbayans giving nine additional years, so he's going to be serving for 27 years. These are people who have lived their lives. And today, they are using we, the very young generation, against ourselves. They will sit and incite you today. They will sit and say things negatively. And some of us who don't have the time to investigate, some of us who don't have the time to go and do fact finding, they will just sit and say things and we run with them. How many of us were able to do an independent investigation as to whether money got missing from this country, besides the one that the government said and besides the one that the opposition said? How many of us were able to do independent investigation? How many of us were able to do investigation when people said this thing happened, that thing happened, people die in this country, they were shifting blame on government? How many of us were able to do investigation independently to know whether what the opposition is saying is true or what the government is saying is true? So we will always sit and people will want to buy, people will swift our minds and they will use us against each other only because of statements. And people will want to question some of us when we run decision, when we say things, people will want to question us. Oh, you should not be doing this. If I sit on the media and tell you that Ambassador Bwaka is not healthy enough to run this country, am I lying? Why can members of the Unity Party or hierarchies from the Unity Party deny that Ambassador Bwaka is not sick? Why can they deny it with evidence? Is it false that when we say Ambassador Bwaka is not well? Are we lying to say when we say President Weah has built the PHP park? Is it lie that we lie? Is it lie that we lie when we say the president has begun work, or the government has begun work on the EFWA to Roberts Field, to the Roberts International Airport road? Is it something that is lie? Are we lying when we say from Ganta to Sanikole Road has been paved by the government? From Ganta to Sekipie Road is being paved by the government? Is this something that we are lying about? Are we lying when we say the government has announced or has instituted free tuition policy at all government or state-run university in this country? Is this something that we're lying about? Or when we say the government since 2016, even before President Weah got elected, since 2016, he has been paying the WASS fees of students, or the government has been paying the WASS fees of students in this country from all or high schools. Is this something that we're lying about? Sometimes I can be sitting and listening, and people always ask me, say, hey, guy, when people saying things and people making arguments, you don't seem to be interested. You're not listening. What's going on? You know, if you want to tell me that I'm lying and what I said on this medium to say I all lies, I would like you to prove me wrong with evidence. If you will tell me that Ambassador Bwaka is not sick, where are his health documents? The people claiming today that they want to rescue this country, they themselves are aware of the problems. You've heard Senator Dillon telling you that the problem of this country is not George Weah or the CDC government. You've heard that. You've heard Senator Johnson deny when the opposition was accusing the government of killing Liberians in this country. You heard Senator Johnson denying that and providing reasons. Why, or evidence why that is not true. Yeah. So you've heard all of these things. But the guys will always sit, and because of lack of integrity in this country and decisions, sometimes I blame us Liberians for some of these things. You will look at a man who lacks integrity. Publicly, you see it. He will lie to the public on several occasions and come back to you buying sympathy, and you sit and listen and want to take that man serious today. There are people in this country who already know that, not even in the country, but maybe outside the country, living others, like people like Eugene Fagon, they know. Eugene know their integrity is only because Liberia is a gullible society, that people like Eugene will still have the guts to sit on radio and say things and continue to lie. You heard about Alex Williams. These are people who have been caught on record of planning evil against this government. Have they come to deny that whether the voices that were played here are not their voices? Or have you heard any of them say that? No. But again, we said those guys will come back and say things, and they will be caught on record that they are lying. And after a few times, they will come back and want to make themselves like they are the Messiah. And we, the very Liberians, will continue to push them. If President George, we are telling you from elementary to let's say from beginner to elementary, students will not be paying fees if he's re-elected. We can see the fight because he's been able to initiate that by virtue of the fact that he has introduced the free tuition policy in State Run University. He has introduced the free WASP policy. We can be able to look at it and judge him by that. If President Weah said he will pay attention to the young people, we can be able to look at his efforts and understand that what he's saying is true because he has been able to start it. You see today, we young people, we got recreational centers where we can go to. In time past, we only believe that where we can go to have recreation is we'll go on the beach. And we heard many of our young colleagues who left in waters around here because they went to just maybe have that stress-free time. And today, you don't have to necessarily go on the beach before you have some maybe time to relax. You can just walk right here. Maybe the Invisible Park. You can walk to Clarendon. You can now maybe after the dedication, you can walk to the PHP Park and you sit and have fun together. You had it here before. The very guys in the opposition. I listened to Costa last night on ELBC. And he said, despite all that we sat and said about this president, some of us, we knew within ourselves he has done tremendously well. Oh, yes. Those guys who sit here and say things, when you sit with them behind the scene, they will say, let us with the men trying a bezel. They know the challenges. They themselves gave them this country for one day. That would be something that you would never wish for. And we are pushing, even with the little connection that the president have got, that he can leave and go to Morocco, people giving assistance. He leave and go to Qatar, people giving assistance. He leave and go to to France, people giving assistance. He leave and go to other friends, and it helped. You still see the challenges that our country is facing, and not just the country, but the entire world is facing. And now we are fighting to bring on board people who have got no international connection, people who have got no whether a local or any business connection to ensure that this country, the thing they say today, oh, do they want what a connection? You already got a Prince Johnson who is internationally sanctioned, who can cross the border. Maybe the country that you used to frequently go to is Nigeria. Besides Nigeria, Liberia, Senator Johnson can leave from this country and go anywhere. So where you expect him to get international partners from that will come to help this country, by virtue of the connection with any government, by virtue of Senator Johnson's connection with any government, it serves as a sanction for that government. The only reason you see today that other international partners have not started trooping in to assist this government since Senator Johnson left is because this is election period. This is a guy who is character, who is noted as Isaac Jackson would say, is noted as internationally noted as a mass murderer. A guy who today the U.S. government is still fighting and looking for a way and ensuring and wanting to ensure that Liberia can turn this guy over to seek to go and face the punishment for the crimes that he committed. So these are things we got Sylvester P already on the line, and yeah, I'm trying to see. We got him already on the line. Sylvester, what's up? Hello?
Yeah, hello?
Yeah, you lying. You can walk away from the monitor?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, much better. Go ahead.
Yes, good morning, Hager, and let me say wonderful good morning to our listeners across. So I'm very much, very well pleased to be part of this issue I listened to most of your just ended monologue, and what you did in just ended monologue was to basically point to some realistic issues. These are all what you just narrated, factually correct, and the rest of that. So I'm one person that believes that President Weah and his administration is well on track in terms of the deliverables to the people of this country, and he has exhibited realistic leadership, and it's part of this leadership that we all are very proud to associate ourselves with in terms of he delivering first and foremost, keeping the country very stable and peaceful is one. And one of the parts that's a cardinal issue, national security is very cardinal, and that's one of the reasons why we celebrate this administration in terms of keeping the peace, keeping the country stable ever since he assumed the capital of authority of the mantle of authority of this country and the rest of that. And one of the major things I intend to point out also is to keep from keeping the peace of the security and maintaining the democracy, the process about fostering development from different sectoral areas. There are key sectors in this country that the president is focused on making sure that he develops those sectors. For instance, the agricultural sector. Today, we have the instrumentality of the agricultural minister. One of the major expansion processes that is unfolding in the country today is about creating small cooperative. Now, we do not have the capacity now to expand one of the cooperatives across the country. Remember, the agriculture is a wealth creation sector. That sector is well managed in terms of the way the process is now going. We are headed somewhere in creating more jobs for our people. That sector is going to expand in terms of allowing those small cooperatives to do things on a very small mechanized scale. Now, we do not have the capacity now to do those extraordinarily huge mechanization process. So what foremost we can do is to focus on the small mechanization and expanding those areas across the country. For instance, my own county, we are folks that do believe in the agricultural sector very deeply. So there are folks involved into those areas and across the country, Silofa, Sinimba, Bone County, Mangibi, across the 15 counties of our country. So it is very important that we mention that the president is focused on expanding these sectors. And again, one of the major sectors the president is focused on is also ensuring that road connectivity. And I listened to the President Hagan just recently when he spoke to very enthusiastic supporters and sympathizers and the rest of that. He said that moving forward, he's going to ensure that the rest will be connected. Monrovia will be connected to the 15 county capital. That's profound to listen to the chief executive of this country state that, meaning there's a projected plan, there's a planned agenda that is going to ensure that there will be connection from Monrovia to Bonjaman, for instance, past Bonjaman. Now there's a road project from the Vanguard to the Manicamon border. That's the liberal civilian side of it. Right, so there's going to be quota and a pavement from Monrovia to Rivertest, for instance. Not Monrovia, from the Grand Pass of Buchanan to Rivertest. There will be from Rivertest to Greenville. That way from Greenville to the capital of Bureau. So the 15, he said that. He also stated that there's going to be a free primary education from kindergarten or from nursery, if you will, all the way to the elementary side, which is referred to in this country as sixth grade, the primary school. That's going to be absolutely free. Absolutely free. Nothing whatsoever going to be attached. The president stood there. He also stated that moving forward, his second term, so there's a clear manifesto, there's an agenda being projected by this president. This is not meant to placate the people of this country, but this is also a process that he's saying we started already, right? But again, moving forward, this kind of issues unfolding, that's one of the major sectors. Another sector that the president is focused on also is the ensuring, he just said that recently in Broadway. Remember, we got almost 2,000 individuals that got connected to the power grid
just late last night, LEC was also there and doing similar thing.
Right.
Yeah.
He also hailed Monique Captain, the former foreign minister, for a very wonderful job done and the rest of that. And the president also said, moving forward, it's going to ensure that thousands of Liberians will not be placed on the power grid. Now, the issue about the LEC issue is no longer going to be a Monrovia issue. That the plan of the decentralization. Remember, Hagar, he just spoke of Nimba. Nimba is one of those counties that's currently enjoying from electricity outside of the Mosorado and Monrovia area. Nimba County is one of those areas that I witnessed it. I felt it when I attended the last cabinet retreat, then staying government in Ganta. Right, we saw this thing process. We saw the night life in Ganta, City, Nimba County. I drove on the paved road from Ganta to Sunny. So the process for this development issue, folks are saying, I think we just have to be a little mindful as to how we intend to approach this process. This president is not only engaged in trying to regionalize the politics of this country. He's a president that is very inclusive in terms of the way he structures his governance process. So it is quite unfortunate the way folks are not understanding him. Another sector the president is trying to push is the private sector, basically. Trying to see that sector look vibrant and encouraging Liberians to get involved into the business of this country. For instance, when the president took on the office of the presidency, I can vividly recall sitting at the front of my house then that afternoon, and the president said that Liberians would no more be spectators in their own economy. Now, recent time I visited, and I will always set this guy as an example because he's a young comrade and a friend, right? Morris, the CEO of Easy Oil and Gas. And I will always set him as an example because the way he's an example of what the president stated. It's a demonstration of that example of what the president said in the inauguration, that Liberian wouldn't be expected today. But before the statement, we have around maybe 3 Liberian importers in terms of the petroleum business in this country. Today we have close to 20% of 30 importers. Liberians are predominant in that number now. More than 16 Liberian importers we have. That was an example of Liberian wouldn't be spectators in their own economy. Today, Easy Oil and Gas, Murray is one of those young guys that is doing exceedingly well in our economy. He got more than 30, 40 persons employed with Easy Oil and Gas. That's a demonstration that Liberian wouldn't be able to contribute to the economy.
And so first, I want us to look at the current, we've talked about this on several occasions, but I want us to look at the current breed of oppositions. They've said the government got no international partners coming in to make business and other things. But looking at the current breed of opposition, the quote-unquote individuals on the Unity Party, talking about the former vice president who have served this country in several capacities and have failed to show any tangible. And we're talking about Senator Johnson and Jeremiah Quinn and the likes. Looking at them, talking about bringing in international partners. Do you see that level of international connection that it takes to bring international partners in case, God forbid, they are given a mantle of leadership?
Absolutely no. Absolutely no. And let me pivot a bit. We want to go back to the issue about saying no international partners moving into the country or trooping into the country. That's not true. Right? When the president took the mantle of authority of this country was in 2018. There was a lot of discussion about international groups of business institutions, wonderful companies to move into Liberia for wonderful prospect to invest into our very young economy, right? Trying to move the country forward. But unfortunately, when those discussions, because these things are not done immediately, where there are discussions that are behind the scenes, there are preparatory discussions done, and some ratification processes that will have to be done by our own legislature and the government process, the investment commission, the rest of that. Now, with those discussions underway, unfortunately, around 2019, closing of 2019, the coronavirus process erupted. And it did not just erupt, but what it did was to basically lock the firewall down. right? The entire world. There was no movement. There was no huge investment around the world. A lot of multilateral companies, big, extraordinary, huge investment frame, and the rest of that suspended investment into a lot of areas in the world. You know that the aviation sector also even nearly collapsed. Everything came to standstill across the world. We were not isolated. We are not in isolation. We are part of the international community. We are part of the Committee of Nations, right? So that increasingly affected our economy also. Now, the part of the reason why we even navigated that problem successfully was because the president of the republic put into place strategic processes that will navigate us successfully from that. That's why we didn't feel it that significantly here, though we went through it also. But the president and his team, they put into place strategic process. For instance, the Ministry of Finance Development, head of our Minister Tour, put in place an issue to manage the macroeconomic of this country, to stabilize most of the processes that were unfolding here. I said, so I've always said this, if you are in air flying and you're in turbulence and you see the captains moving through that turbulence and you leave them for them, the seatbelt sign is now removed, you know that captain is a good captain when you are in turbulence. So we have exhibited good a role as a wonderful captain when he removed us from this difficult and very heinous taxes and problem we went through. There was a lot of exogenous factor that led to most of those situations that these people are now discussing that they don't have absolutely no understanding of. International, there are a lot of diplomatic intercourses being held behind the scene by this president and his administration, right? And we're going to remain steadfast about that. I believe I'm very committed that the president will be steadfast about doing these things, and he is going to push forward. But here's it. We're seeing elements that are now trying to bash at the president that no one came to this country. Most of them lack the international connectivity. There's no international connection there. For instance, Prince Johnson is not only a notorious warlord, but it's a significant sanction element, right? So it's one. Another thing there is that we're seeing the role he's playing in this campaign process. So yes, I mean, what's going to do from the background of diplomacy and what I would say clearly, that's going to be a regime that will be deeply and further isolated in an attempt to see if there will be any moves to come into that government. I don't think the Brempo will be inclined. There's no appetite for that group. There's no appetite. Where the appetite is, where the Brempo going to move, and that appetite is towards the President George Manneh Weah.
Just before we take,
it's going to move this country forward in terms of our developmental agenda.
Just before we go to the lines and speak with our callers, I have been able to go in my county, Nimba, and I've had some engagements with Liberians and Nimbayans there, and in other counties, even like I had a stop in Torota the last time, and yesterday I was in District 6. For every time you have engagement with the citizens, they will always say that they've got their own problems. Some have some personal issues. Probably it was with the party, and those personal issues maybe led them to leaving the party. But do you think at this juncture now, where we are making decisions out of anger, especially bringing in people who we are going to give 6 years of our life to, what's your message to them? We see people leaving, people coming, people saying, oh, because of this. I know of a friend who sat vividly in my face and told me, say, I didn't want the president to be re-elected because they're my friend here. My friend and I were on the same path before, but boyfriend started working, making money in Boca. She acting a big girl and she not know me. So these are things that people are running decision on. So I would just like you to speak to us Liberians. Though you are a Liberian, you are here in Liberia. By the way, maybe next Friday say you will be here with me in studio, because next Friday is going to be the last.
I'm looking forward to that next Friday because I will move into local. I'll be back after 4 days, and I can come in time for the next Friday show before hitting finally and back to local to exercise my constitutional responsibility.
Next Friday, you can be my co-host.
Those I would think, and I mean, we just need to look at the bigger picture. I stand now in front of on my balcony here this morning. I'm looking in the sky. We should look at the bigger picture, and we should always project Liberia. That's the new progressive tendency. Liberia is that's the mantra of the new progressive. Liberia is the only country we have. So those that we want to look at it from the your car. That means this bridge should not push on. That's unfortunate. We should look at the bigger picture. The bigger picture here is you try optimizing most of the development things the president carry out. For instance, the 14 Gorbachev market, the market in Douala, the 4.4 million market in Douala, the Invisible Park, the new park coming up now, PHP there, the 100 bedroom modern state-of-the-art hospital in Popo, and the rest of that. We're going to go and name the roads close to 400 plus kilometers of road constructed. Now taking medical doctor salary from $700 to a balloon $2,000, and the president have now committed to increase that moving forward in 2024. Right? So these are a lot of developmental initiatives the president took, paving most of those community roads around here. Today you drive now from the Simon Simai or to Tusapi, around the exit, from Driving Market all the way to Mount Barclay, the other side going towards Mount Community and the rest. All major community road being paved and expanding. Close to 200,000 have now been placed on the power grid, right? And then that we're trying to expand. The expansion process is now on course in terms of our electricity distribution and the rest of that. All of those paving the road from Banga now, the road is almost inside a town, inside district, Lofa County. There's a pavement. The last time I drove on that road, almost 100 miles per hour, right? I was like cruising. And like when the pilot put the plane on cruise, and then you guys are now on the autopilot, and you guys are just moving to the house. I drove on the road before. It was like a nightmare driving on that road from even Banga to Bianstown, the border between Lofa and Ball County, which crosses St. Paul. Today, you drive there, just moving to. That's the kind of a picture we want to look at. It's not individual process. This should no longer be an issue about search and attachment, right? Me, myself, and I. Absolutely no. What the president's thought process is that projecting the country moving forward. That's what we should all contemplate on that. And that's part of the reason why we are in a very proud surrogate of this 2023 We Are campaign. I'm a surrogate because I believe not for me. It is not because I need to have a job before I campaign for the president. When it came a time, I was not okay, and so I said, Mr. President, allow me to take some time off and do this, and I did that. And I'm successfully back. I'm okay, thank God, and everything is fine. I'm back. I didn't leave because the president was not on course. I knew the president had always been on course, and that's part of the reason why we're here, back in the country, to move in the trenches. And in recent days, for the past 4 days, I've been in my community, in the Dixie area, engaging with folks, friends, neighbors, and talking to them, right? And I will move along with my former boss, Senator Bezonga Milton Sr., Senator-elect of Grand Bassa County. I will be with him this weekend in the Bassa land also. We're going to go in the trenches in the Bassa land and talk to the people of Grand Bassa County and the rest of that. So, yes, I didn't mention this to the people of Niba. This is not because we're saying Nibayan would be the bad person or so. No. This process is going to be what you've had, you didn't have before, and what you have now, the kind of initiative being taken by this government in your county. It's about looking at the country, not looking at the individual county or individual group, if you will. This election should not be about ethnicity. This election should not be about regional type of politics. This election is going to be something that's going to determine our country's future, and that has set the stage for us to all move forward collectively. For instance, we look in. Why do you think President Weir got almost 30% of the vote in Lufa this time around as compared to 2017? If you were to just post the vote from 2017 to now, there have been an exponential push up by the president. Remember, we got almost 30% of the vote this time as compared to 6% in 2017. Now, the people of Lufa, we always respect the tradition. We always been traditional in terms of our line. As a matter of fact, the Koba name is a hugely traditional name. I am a traditionalist. As a matter of fact, my grandparents all are traditional people, right? But we always put time to the issue and say we need to understand there's a issue about development versus tradition. And that's what we always say to our people. That's part of the reason why the Lufians voted the way they voted, because they've seen a lot of transformation. If you were, for instance, go to Zoba district, when you start from Sarai district, you see some development in Sarai district. Leave the issue of the pavement now going to Lufa. opposing side.
Yeah.
You see street light in Zozo district. You see in Zozo district alone, but 43 towns. Most of those towns are now being elected, right? You want to move also into Wanyama, the street of Wanyama being paved, and the rest of that. Move back to Foya, the DC land, before the Bandi land also. So there's been some serious level of transformation in Lofa County in terms of what the president has done. So these are the kind of way people will react to the leader own approach. It's not because somebody say, oh, some of the personal interest. No, it's not about my personal interest no longer. My personal interest, I should go and seek my personal interest outside of politics. Not to come and say, because I'm doing this, I want the president to give me this. No. I'm doing this because the bigger picture, that brush should benefit. It should be at the beginning of the transformational drive of this country. At the beginning of major policy prescriptions that will benefit our younger kids. For instance, to move to JFK and get treatment for it should be the beginning of now our government bringing new health policy or to say we're going to start seeking to bring in the malaria vaccine in this country as the Ghanaian government has started doing beginning 2024, 2025 to vaccinate our young children against malaria and the rest of that. It's the process about seeing we're doing things to eradicate completely certain communicable diseases in our country. This policy prescription is what we're trying to advance and trying to see and elect someone that will do, because you need a person that will be vibrant, that will lead, that will be in control. We don't need a weakling to take on the presidency of this country. So that's one of the reasons why we are all now moving across in our community, having discussion with folks to say President George Weah is the individual that is prepared, the captain that is prepared to navigate us through turbulence and difficult times, and we can rely and trust him. He's not going to be doing it on behalf of an individual, but he will do it for the bigger line of this country, and that's the Republic of Liberia.
Thank you, Sylvester. And I'm sure we can pick calls. And just quickly, there were things that you said, and I must appreciate you for that. You cataloged some of the developments, even the ones that I did not mention. But when we sit behind these microphones and always encourage Liberians on why we think President Weah should be re-elected, many of them just believe that, you're benefiting, you're doing this, you're doing that. And the fact is, some were not even up to now understand that even the running of this institution is from the pocket of a single individual in Old Man Sam Sion. So they will say sometimes when we go among our colleagues, they say, oh man, and none of you are making less than this. So some have personalized this entire thing about development in this country. They've personalized it to the extent that once you support this person, you think you believe in the ideology of the president and you think he should be re-elected, then they say you're benefiting. But like you said, I don't think that should be the case for us. It is time that we Liberians come together and ensure that we can elect or re-elect this president for the common and greater good of our country. Because he's a president who has shown over the time that he's willing to develop this country. And like I told somebody, we Liberians, the way we voted in the first round of election, even at the legislature, at the level of the legislature, we voted proving to the world that we don't want, or maybe we only want to sustain our country, Liberia, but we don't want our country to develop. Because even in districts and counties, individuals and senators or representatives who were engaging in developmental initiatives, they were voted out only because they didn't buy bags of rice to divide it. They didn't buy laptops to give it out to people. They didn't give cash out to people, so people feel like they are not the good leaders. Like former Cape Mount County Senator or outgoing Cape Mount Senator said the last time, Vanish Sherman, he said all through his life at the legislature, it was not one day that the citizen that he went in his county for his people to ask him, what have you done at the level of the legislature? What are the laws? What are some of the decisions you've made on our behalf at the level of the legislature? But all they want is personalized development. Giving money, I put in my pocket, I add a big board, and that is life. So we should change our minds. We should run this country or make decisions for the country, knowing that our children are going to come after us. And things you see us feeling today, some of us never partook in the war in this country, but we are feeling the devastating effect of the war because our parents got involved in that. And decision that we're running today, we are not running it only for ourselves, but we are running it for a generation to come. And if we can run the best decision, our people will say tomorrow, or our children will say tomorrow, they will not have the open field to go to free school. They will not have the open field to do things in this country. And again, the burden will come upon us as a country. So
absolutely, Hagar. And you struck a very important point here. And what you said, and I think one of the senators also that I thought in my own county, the Deputy Senator Sumo Kupi, the professor of development economics, he represented Lofa very excellently. But yeah, the Lufians didn't go. Some people would say, oh, sometimes because he don't. Some people bring a point that he don't answer phone or he don't do this for him personally. But yeah, there's one person that the Senate at the time is one of the very excellent senator that did a wonderful representation. But we didn't let him because some people had some personal difference issue. I mean, that's unfortunate on a serious note. One person that detests that heavily. We should now focus on, and that's one of the reasons why you see in the West, you see one representative or senator will serve for almost 30 years. Now, today, the former speaker of the United States Congress, she's been there for more than 30 years. Do you know the reason? Because our constituents will grade her on the basis of representation in Congress, not what she's going to put in individual pockets. That's one of the things we need to debate for in this place. I see constituent members in the U.S. will place call. Those officers will respond to them. They want to know what the lawmaker is doing. And that's part of the reason why you see lawmakers in those countries are always elected. They are elected and re-elected. Unfortunately, we need to work with folks in this country and make it to understand that those individual lawmakers, it is not their responsibility to take care of our personal family issues. No. It is their responsibility to legislate those policies that will benefit all in general. For instance, there should be, if I'm the representative for Zozo District, for instance, why remove Councilor Bianhao? He did a wonderful representation, right? But the people, some people will say, because I don't like how he talk, I don't like how he do this, or he says, and you remove Councilor Howard, you bring in someone. I mean, it's just unfortunate, right? In terms of that, but we need now to begin. That's one of the responsibilities I'm going to assign to myself. What myself going to do is that I'm going to ensure that to talk to a lot of our citizens in this country that lawmaking is not a personal responsibility. And we, the lawmakers, when we are campaigning also, we have to stop telling them, reassuring them that we can prepare to do personal things.
Yes, pay rules, doing their one thing, you know.
This country should be moved on quality issues. It should be moved on things that will benefit. For instance, if I'm the representative of Zozo District, I should be pushing in laws that will benefit building and connecting feeder roads in the budget, place a public works budget that probably will go and execute. I should push law to ensure that the current hospital being upgraded, we always have support for the current looking hospital. And with that current looking hospital process, then it will benefit the local people in terms of, because there are a lot of towns in the area there.
Thank you.
We have 43 towns in this district. How can we benefit in terms of that? I mean, so it's unfortunate that we all want to see
you can
issue over the general picture. And I think we need to a little bit resist for that and begin to change our mindset as to how we intend to approach the agenda to push this country forward.
Okay,
and that's part of the reason why I support President William because I believe that he got the general issue of the country.
So let's go to the line and pick calls here. Then maybe we'll get back to you so you can weigh in on the callers. Good morning. Good morning. Wow. So let's pick this one from this end. Good morning. Hello.
Yeah, hello. How you doing?
I'm okay. Your name and from where you join us?
Thank you very much. This is David King, an executive member of the Responsible Defending Honorable Defender.
Go ahead, David.
Let me commend former Minister Pee-wee for his splendid expose. You see, I can vividly recall when former Minister Pee-wee resigned to go to school in the United States. People said he was disenchanted about the government, and this is why he resigning. And he made it very clear that he did not resign because he was disenchanted with President Weah or the government. And he has stated that again this morning. So I'm very glad about what he said. about what you said this morning. You know, we must go all out. Because I was fortunate to have gone with the president throughout the 15 political subdivision, and I saw.
Wow, David, your car was harmonized. Let's pick this one from this end. Morning.
Yeah, good morning.
You're live. Go ahead.
Yeah, coming to Nigeria, I'm calling from Swahili.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, my brother, really, we behind President George Manabuya. But actually, my brother, I can't lie to you. We the situation that on the fast, very, very facing, you know, the seriousness that, you know, President we are going on in Nigeria country that we the situation that here from door to door doing campaigning for President Weah for President Weah. Yeah.
Thank you. So 0776 104 104 886 500 104. If you are following us on the internet, you can call us on WhatsApp. Morning.
Good morning.
Go ahead, you live.
Yeah, this is Energy Costa. I'm calling you from my residence home community.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, thank you for affording me the opportunity this morning. And thank you for the topic of discussion this morning.
Go ahead.
I just want to encourage my young Liberians. I want to see a future brighter and brighter. That they should make wise decisions. They shouldn't make decisions that vex. Simply because someone told them that, I will give this share. Like one of my friends. He said, you not vote for CDC because the share. So for that reason, you vote for CDC. Like you are not sincere or serious. But if I know that I'm a die-hearted citizen, I will not take because of this share, I won't vote CDC. Yeah, so I'm calling on the Liberian. So please come back to that senses. The serious matter one. Let us vote number 2 for better future because they see the government has started. I know that there is a brighter future if you thank you for me opportunity this morning.
Thank you. Let's pick this one. Morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Yeah, I'm okay. Your name is from where you join us?
My name is Ayuba Dube. I do join for Canada.
Ayuba, go ahead, my brother.
Thank you very much. Let me first of all tell our brothers I thank you. Online with you, I thank you.
Yeah, go ahead.
For information. But you see, in Liberia, we always go against people based on what we call personal hate. Nothing at all. The person will not do anything, but he just I just want to see that. Why? Because he will do what I want to see. Listen to the current I got a former vice president. The man said, if you hear a cause, well, you know, where will the devil to take the country? You will do that. But when the president took over, newly took over, the president decided to work. The president decided to work with the Igbo man. When that Igbo man looked at the Igbo man, they want to see what I played that issue up. They said, oh, the president wants to say the project, he's working with commander and not terrible. They don't move or lose somewhere that would damage your free and that's going to come with these zero problem. They flag it all over. So, in short, they were trying to tell that I Igbo man commander, that was for one now commander, he found our devil. But he's telling people that he will work with the devil to begin the country. He has very serving on he father achievement. Now then you talk about it. Thank you very much, my brother.
Thank you. Let's pick this one. Hello. Hello. Good morning. Okay, since you're not ready, don't hold the line, please. Too many calls coming in this morning. 0776 104 104. If you are there in the diaspora, call us on +231 886 500 104. Let's pick this one. Morning.
Good morning.
You're live. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm Aaron Menje calling from Grand Bassa County.
Aaron, go ahead from Grand Bassa County.
I appreciate you for the topic on the discussion this morning. You're still a guest.
They made an online co-host.
I'm waiting for you coming pass on. I really want to see you go. Really pass on you making sure that the president is really there. We don't want to go by the people. We will not say, oh, pass on for all, pass on for all. With the president, we know our senses and we are well educated. We should be fooled by them before. But not now. Now we know what is going on. We know what the president is doing for us. So we're not being able to lose that opportunity. See how Pastor Ben that for since the country was funded, since the time coming there, Pastor, we have never seen and a lot of our elected or senator, whether they're female, promise all that when the president win, all will carry him back. So we'll be able to lose out of we don't want to lose it. We've been in that for a long time. So we don't want to be in that for that time. So we're ready and we'll go all myself. I'm on my way now going to my grandmother to do some campaign freely for myself. I don't want money for anybody. I don't want t-shirt.
Thank you.
T-shirt coming get me away all money.
Thank you so kindly, my brother. Let's speak this one morning. You live. You gotta walk away from the monitor. I'm gonna cut you off.
Yeah, sorry that phone out.
Okay.
Good morning.
Go ahead, man. Your name and from where you join us.
I'm Lady Osbolo, the honorary chairperson for the re-election of President.
Go ahead.
I heard the conversation about people who are great in chatting. You know, sometimes the people that have run the president and those that got position, like Zolovi and myself, sometimes our way of talking to the people can lead us to trust that.
You're right.
This goes down, the mother rather women were endorsing the bad president. And some for advocating, some people didn't be at home. So they were angry. And there are ladies who are not working.
Wow. Your call. Yeah. Let's speak this one morning.
Yeah, good morning.
You live.
Okay, yeah, this is Ralph Major.
Okay.
Yeah, I joined the conversation from my office in the LPLC.
Okay.
I listened to Mr. Peary spoke well, right? Some of the conversations that we should be having. You know, our people shouldn't make decisions based on personal hurts or things that they should benefit personally. Let us make decisions based on issues and tangibles. Now we go to the elections in November 14. This is the decision we're going to make for the next 6 years. I'm appealing to our people. Let us vote wisely. Let us see tangibles. Let us see those things that we have done over the period. See, for example, the PHP Park. That place was infamous, right? That place was well known for the killing of 30 men. Today, that bad memory has been erased. All right, those are some of the things we should be looking at. Let's look at, for example, look at the D12 field. All right, that field, right now, it's being revamped and it's up to date. See the dollar market that Mr. Peary spoke about, even the floating commercial market, the floating military hospitals, all right, the free tuition policy and the free wax policy. The president has also made another policy again as it comes to our graduation fee. The president has just said that our children, once graduated from high school, they will not pay graduation fee. Our nurses will be placed on a payroll, those voluntary nurses. Those teachers that are cutting contract will also be placed on payroll. So I'm talking today again to our nurses. We shouldn't play politics with when they help our people. Let us see those things that we have done. I know that somehow, you know, you are not really giving the kind of that you have. At least you got this something. For example, someone told me that was paying medical equipment in 2020. I've seen those we are giving you some level of equipment and benefits. Let us continue. Let us build opportunity. November 14, go to the ballot box. As you go there, look for number 2, the woman with the blue heater, the only woman on the ballot. Yes, ma'am. Please cast your vote for President Weah to stay in the country and to push your children's future ahead. That's what kindly appeal to you all.
Thank you. Your call is patriotic. Yeah. Let's speak this one. You live. Go ahead.
Yeah, good morning, sir.
Yeah, go ahead, Chief. You're one of our last 4 callers. Go ahead.
Yeah, my name is Isaac Wuzin, professor of called Son of Philke, and I joined the conversation this morning from the Justice Building of 14.
Go ahead, Isaac.
Yeah, you know, this issue of the reality, the role of the region, I always tell my friends, members that we are part of the story, telling them that this issue is about us, the Liberian people, is not about President Weah. But President Weah is not President of the President Weah of India. India is waiting to give President Weah citizenship. President Weah is not President of the goes to Africa. So Africa is waiting to give him citizenship.
And in fact, the Nigerians and Ghanaians can take possession of President Weah more than us.
Exactly. So what I'm trying to say is that we should hold it the man person and gave him a certain thing that he will give a better life tomorrow. And when there's no more president, some of us will sit down and say, well, this issue, this thing is very rapid. Therefore, today, I know that we have about 20 some more president right now in that bro. If all the president are going to come, are going to be, they won't spot back. Do you know how many spot back we have in that bro today? If all the president are going to come, are going to be 1 kilometer away. Do you know how many votes we have in that bro today? These are the issues we are telling our friends, they disagree or because they see that they don't have the facility or they don't have the logistics or they don't have that relationship to be close to the president.
Thank you, Avi.
They are going to stay on to read our president. Thank you once again, Avi was in okay.
Thank you, Azi. Let's pick this one. Morning.
Good morning, Ega. Good morning to Comrade the rest of you there in the States.
The man is in Liberia. He's not in the States with the man. Yeah.
Okay. Let me say welcome to him.
Yeah.
I do this concept and I call from Uptown Kerry Street. Ega, you know, it is obvious that when people do us well and others who have not done anything cease their effort, they become kind of jittery, they become envious and want to see what they can do to set that person's effort back. And that is the case with the Opposition Unity Party. Having served 12 years and has not much to show compared to President Weah steering the affairs of this state for the past 6 years and has done so much in a relatively short period. Those people are of the conviction that if given another term, he's going to do far more than they did in 12 years, and that is where the problem lies. But then we have to look at the bigger picture, as many of the callers put it. We have to set our personal interest aside and look at the bigger picture, which is Liberia.
Thank you.
Despite the fact that one person can come and start something, leave it half done, another person can pick up from where that person stopped. We are forging ahead. But tearing down others only because of their achievement will keep this country retrogressing. And we don't want that. That's the reason why it is important that we go out on the 14th of November and re-elect President Weah to continue those good things that he has started. Thank you for the time.
Thank you so very kindly. We can pick the last call from this end and cross over to the other side. Morning.
Good morning, Ega. This is Dominic Waller calling from Brownston.
Go ahead,
Yeah, well, you see, the writings are on the wall. The president development, the crystal clear. Everybody's seeing it. So we'll not be blank added because we are trying to do politics. So, because that's not my party saying. You can hit President Weah for what you want, but the development, they are not in hurrying. The Ganta there, we got from Ganta all the way to Seminole, the roads are paved. The police will travel several hours. Sometimes the trucks will get stuck because of the road condition. We are seeing it. So we should not politics in the election because we are talking about the future of our unborn children. So we are not talking about ourselves, some of our fading away. But if we don't make good decisions now, 6 years to come, we'll be suffering the same hands of the people who said salary for 12 years and did nothing. And even took how they call it, taxes in advance, 20 years. Who does that? So we can't put that in government back. Thank you.
Thank you. Let's pick this final caller from this end. Morning.
Good morning, Ega.
You live. Go ahead.
Every Avi. And I'm speaking from Ghana Zero Factory.
Okay.
Ega, this thing we need not to talk plenty and waste our time. The re-election of President Weah is the matter of much. Just so you know, I came from my country, River G, where I went and I took my candidate and contested in District 1 in King place, which the equivalent were able to win him. It doesn't matter, but we've been fighting the struggle there, fighting the re-election of President Weah. Now, I came to run up for better balance, and I'm speaking to you this morning, but the weekend I might be leaving with my crew again. We will be back in the country to make sure that President Weah get the vote from the country like the first election, the first round. So, the re-election of President Weah is the matter of much. We don't care who speaks out or not.
Thank you so very kindly. We can stay right there. And Savas, you listen to the callers. We can maybe use the next 5 minutes to climax because we got a team of guests here who have come as well to endorse the re-election bid of President George Weah.
Yeah, we got definitely a wonderful good morning again to all wonderful callers and those that have the opportunity to call. And those that just go to their radios and I just want to say to them a very wonderful morning. And let me say to you, those of us need to sit and reflect. And the reflection point is that we have to see our country moving on, trying to push something better perspective. So we have to rally around our president to give him this second term so that he can finish the unfinished job. He started what I refer to as a very wonderful process for this country and trying to see it all. Now, before in this country, no one thought that we needed recreation centers for young people in this country. Because of that, because he laid most of his time in Europe also. He been there. He could afford to have that in his personal area for his kids and the rest of that. But he said, no, this is going to be for the bigger picture, as we say. The president is looking at that. The president is also concentrating now on ensuring that we run the health sector, for instance. So his administration did a wonderful job at the JFK. Many people don't know this today. We do have a revamped the diabetes center in JFK that is doing wonderful today. It's an area in this private war in there that has done that has not happened before in the history of this country, right? And the 14 military hospital also that's protected our folks in different areas. So we're going to listen to all of the callers and what the push of the narrative is what we have to maintain. We have to take part of the narrative. We as supporters and sympathizers of this president, even for future of government, we now have to move into the trenches. We have to narrate our own story. We have to take charge of the narrative and move on very proactively to ensure that we get this done in the next 12 days to push this process out. 12 days from now, the campaign will close and we'll go to the ballot after that process that we decide. And I know that with the enthusiasm, we've also written around the president's campaign with the kind of endorsement coming up all over the place. Wonderful endorsement. So I'm very convinced that the president is going to pull this out. It's going to be bingo. It is going to be bingo on the 14th of November. We will exercise our right to vote and we will again constitutionally elect President George. We are the president of the Republic of Liberia and exercising and maintaining this wonderful democratic credential he set the stage for. Our democracy is well on course. The democratization process will remain on course. President William will protect it, and that's why he's moving through now and ensuring that even the mindset of the people have been democratized by this president. Right? So it is important that we will have to sit and move through the 15 counties of this country in ethnic environment, and we are going to do these things in keeping with democracy, the rule of engagement, the rule of political contestation. We're not going to be belligerent in our mindset, in our approaches. No. But we are the peaceful man, and that's the kind of a line we're going to conduct ourselves in. So I just want to say to you a very wonderful thank you to you, and I'm looking forward to I will spend some time this weekend in the Battleland. I leave the Battleland hopefully on Sunday, and by Monday I will be in Lufa, and I will be back from Lufa on Thursday to come back to refuel. And then I will be with you on Friday. Then the next Sunday I will be back on the Lufa.
Thank you.
We're going to go out. We're going to engage the folks. That's what we're doing. Having conversation with them in the community. Those major areas that are tend to be some battleground area, we have to flip it up. We have to flip.
Thank you.
We have to flip those battleground and get those that the strategic counties that we believe that we didn't do so well in the first round. And it's important. It's about succession now, trying to flip the process very well politically and re-engage our strategy. It's a recalibration period. We're now calibrating very well, and we think we can get it done. Change the narrative, change the strategy, and then move and capture the votes there.
Thank you so very kindly.
Thank you, Hagar. Thank you. I look forward to seeing you soon.
Thank you. Sylvester Opiwi is a Liberian there. You listen to him, former Deputy Minister at the level of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. Assistant Minister at the level. And then run for clarity. He'll be here anyway. Next Friday, he's going to be here to sit with me right here together. We will share breakfast next Friday. That is something we are sure of. So, folks, we will take Crime Stoppers Liberia, our partner and sponsored right here. And when we come back, we cut across to usher in our that is our studio guest right here. They are here. They are seated pretty tight. Let me say thanks to you for following. Crime Stoppers is a partner to this program. And of course, my name is Hagar on this weekend's edition of the program.
It's about music. There are crimes in many places. In every community, you can see. So if you see crime, report it. Don't take law in your hand, call the right authority. Well, you can't take your law in. Crime Stopper here for us, bringing safety to your door. Whether you rich or you poor, if you see a human target, enemy you cheche. Do it for your safety. If you see a don't keep it. You must call to report it. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crimes for all of us. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crimes for all of us.
Crime Stopper Liberia is your community crime fighting partner. Don't take the law into your own hands. Remember, if you see a crime, report it. This is a message from your own self, Old Man Sam Sion.
Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crime for all of us. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crimes for all of us. It's about music. There are crimes in many places. In every community, you can see. So if you see crime, report it. Don't take law in your hand, call the right authority. Well, you can't take your law in. Crime Stopper here for us, bringing safety to your door. Whether you rich or you poor, if you see a human target, enemy you cheche. Do it for your safety. If you see a don't keep it. You must call to report it. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crimes for all of us. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crimes for all of us.
Crime Stopper Liberia is your community crime fighting partner. Don't take the law into your own hands. Remember, if you see a crime, report it. This is a message from your own self, Old Man Sam Sion.
Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper Liberia. From the center to interior, Crime Stopper. Keeping us safe, let's stop it. Crime for all of us. Crime Stopper. The people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper. Stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper. Crime Stopper Liberia. From the center to interior, Crime Stopper. Keeping us safe, let's stop it. Crime for all of us.
Well, yes, Crime Stoppers Liberia is proud to be associated with Freedom Morning Rise right here, and we will always see whatever the case is. Let's ensure that we maintain the peace of our country, because Liberia is all that we've got, and this is the only country that would normally say we can be deported from. So, we are here, 20 minutes past 9 o'clock, and of course, today is Friday, the third day in the month of November, and 2023 remains a year up until December 31. So you listen to our conversations we've had here this morning, talking about why we think people should make decisions not based on personal interest. You know, some of us, since our quest and our decision to support the re-election of this president, people believe that we are benefiting or we are getting everything. Maybe we are one of those paid individuals and other things. But this is a cause that we've committed ourselves to. I left from here. I went in Nimba in my home county. I toured and spoke with a couple of citizens, not because of what I want from anyone. I'm not thinking on getting anything from somebody. I left from here and went to my county, and I was able to speak with people whom some of them have decided because of our engagements. They've said, we never knew all of these things. And because of what you've told us, I think we can reconsider our decision and ensure that we continue on the path at which we are. So while we anticipate our guest cruiser, we just try to usher them in. So we want to talk to all of us. We'll continue to talk to all of us Liberians. This election should not be about personal interest. This election should not be about what I am benefiting as an individual or what I should benefit as an individual. The thing is, once we have a government who will seek the interests of our country as it is being done, and that environment, that atmosphere is created, trust me, at any time, I'm able to get a well-paid job. I'm able to earn something for myself, even outside of government, private institutions. But we can't be sitting and thinking that the government is supposed to give each and every one of us something, which is wrong. We only ask and pray for a better government that will create the environment for us to be able to explore our talents, be able to seek higher education, to be able to work tomorrow and earn something for ourselves and our family. So we agree. Some of us are angry. So some of us, we are angry, and there are reasons for being angry. But should we allow that anger to affect our 6 years of existence? Should we take decisions based out of anger? And tomorrow when we sit and we start to regret, just put this in this simple context. You are angry with your partner and use your anger to hit on that partner the wrong way. And maybe police get involved, hospital being get involved. That person go to hospital, you are supposed to pay maybe 30, 40, 45,000, and you are supposed to go engage the police and other things. And you start now to regret, say, why I did this. This is not 6 days we are talking about, or 6 weeks. We are talking about 6 years. So a child that is born today is going to be 6 years, some months, if we are going to make the next decision. So we can't be using our anger for, or maybe hate for an individual. And on a frank note, people So if we will sit and run the negative decisions and thinking that because we got issue with somebody, so we should leave. So we got our guest and we will just take this break to usher them in here this morning quickly.
Shabba musical. There are crimes in many places. In every community, you can see. So if you see crime, you report it. Don't take law in your hands for the real authority. Really can't take care of it. Crime Stopper here for us, bringing safety to your door. Whether you rich or you poor, if you see a you must talk it. Enemy you check. Do it for your safety. If you see it, don't keep it. You must part to report it. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper, Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crimes for all of us. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper, Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crimes for all of us.
Crime Stopper Liberia is your community crime fighting partner. Don't take the law into your own hands. Remember, if you see a crime, report it. This is a message from your own self, Old Man Sam Sion.
Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper, Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crime for all of us. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper, Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crimes for all of us.
Thank you. Thank you. So the other Crime Stoppers Liberia here. So we got with us a group of pastors who
Shabba musical. There are crimes in many places. In every community, you can see. So if you see crime, you report it. Don't tell law.
Sorry. So like we said, we got with us a team from a team of pastors who have come here this morning. And I listened to someone who said last night, a man of God too, who said pastors should lead their congregation in making decisions, especially the ones that will affect their lives. So I'm sure they have come here to speak as to where they are headed. So, man of God, your money. Let me put it in a simple way. Your money.
Good morning, brother.
Okay. So we start from my right. Tell us your name and from which community you came.
All right, I'm Prophet Elisha Jacob from God's Favor. Christ Salvation Ministry in Chicotown, Electoral District.
Cruzo, I hope Cruzo can come in here quick. Cruzo, you have to come in here quick. Yeah, so, Pastor, yeah.
Yes, I'm the Reverend Dr. Moba Seth Kua. I'm also from the Town Praise Prophetic and Gabriel Ministry, right to Woodstock gas station in Jakarta.
Okay. You both are here this morning. Why is it? Wow. How is the church? Firstly, you've been observing the political environment at which our country it is currently. You see some of the members in the street there supporting various political parties and institutions. You are here this morning. How is it like?
Thank you very much for the question. Politics is also our business because you cannot divulge politics from the Word of God. For the matter of fact, politics began in heaven when Satan said his own ruling was better than God the Father. And that was a rebellious act. So whenever somebody plead to make another group better than the other, that is strictly politics. And I heard you limiting this discussion on just the church. We are here not only for the church, we are here for the nation. We are here to deliver a good news that will deliver the country tomorrow and that will make this country better than it have ever been. So that is our purpose of being here. As you said, the church is doing fine, and praise be to God.
So you're looking at the political environment. 2 candidates, they were 21st and reduced down to 2 candidates, and looking at what it is like now, and you are supposed to help your congregation to make the right kind of decision. What do you think the decision is like, and that the church should make in case they want to ensure that this country is improved, that the country continue on the path of development and the sustenance of peace and other things?
Well, for the matter of fact that I've made some assessment, I'm now 55 years old, and I've been seeing other governments in the past, and I understand that this particular government, the Dr. George Manuel led government, have made a tremendous, breakthrough. For the matter of fact, I see so many developments. I'm from Lofa. I hail from Soso district. Before then, when I'm going in my home or coming back, there are so many areas like Fatu village. People used to get stuck there 1 week, 2 weeks. Everything you bring in from the interior, we got routing. Places like GLK Farm, places like Golu, those places. Today, I tell you for free, I can sit on a taxi cab and ride on that road while drinking my tea in a cup, and it will not shake. So that is a tremendous breakthrough that I can see. That is just one of them. Later did I know that this president have started helping this nation even when he was in school. When I say he was in school, when he was playing football and he won somewhere around $32 million during normal days, he provided buses for the LU. He provided buses, and up to now, there are many evidences that even people who are hierarchies in government bear witness that this man have done well in their life. This man have brought them out one way or the other. So, with the numerous of development, road, in other infrastructures, agriculture, you name it, education, I think this is the best government. And I will urge my congregation members, I will urge the community members and the country at large to vote George Weah this coming second election, second runoff.
Yeah, so just before we go to you, there is this belief among us Liberians that once you go my way and you go against my interest and you're supporting someone else against me, it's necessary that you receive something as compensation to run a decision. So you guys are here this morning making a decision. This is a decision that I am sure you are going to leave from here, go to your congregation, be able to talk to them, tell them this is the president, this is the person that we should elect. What motivated this decision? Though you spoke of developments that have taken place in this country under this president, but there are still belief from individuals, especially your kinsmen from your county, who have said the country needs to be rescued. Listening to the statement rescue, how do you term that?
Well, when you talk about rescue, one who rescues must first rescue themselves. You cannot, if you cannot rescue yourself, how will you rescue another person? I'm by profession a security man. The security man, first of all, guard himself and protect himself before he can protect another person. We have not seen this rescue into action since Joe Boakai, should I refer to him, though he's an uncle, yes, in Lofa we have this traditional solidarity, but many of us have gone to school and we learn and we know that the country is above traditional solidarity. The interest of the country comes first. And so if I get to know that you, my uncle, you are unable to deliver the goods, I'm not forced to vote for you. If I do so, then I will be putting the country on the wrong path. So for rescue, I don't think they should use that nomenclature for themselves, because over 47 years, this old man has worked in government. He served as minister. He served as vice president for 12 years. Only to come back to us and tell us that their government was a failure. There were some things that they did not do. Why it is true that we as human, we can err, but it shouldn't be to that level. So we feel that we cannot entrust Boakai with this nation. I'm from Lofa, and I know that the Lofians are listening to me. Every day I'm in communication with my kinsmen, and there are many of them that have resolved to what I'm telling you.
So you are a young person, unlike your colleague. You are a young person, except that you want to prove me wrong from age, but taking this decision is going to affect 6 years of your existence.
Sure.
So a person who is 55 is going to be 61 after the president's second term. Now getting yourself involved into this is not just sitting on the radio and saying I support the president, I'm running, do they? But in terms of leaving from your comfort zone, going out in the various communities, just how you evangelize for Christ, going out to tell people this is why we think we should go this way. How prepared are you to run that?
Well, thank you. You just mentioned about being young. I'm just in my early 40s, and since my eye opened onto polity, seeing this president, His Excellency Dr. George Weah, from 2005, when he contested first, and looking at the heart and the mind he has for Liberia, got so interested into his political ambition, and I decided to follow him. Though I be a pastor, and like my father just stated here, politics started in heaven and before coming on earth. So there's no way that anyone will say you can exclude politics from the word of God. And so based upon that, I have choose from the day I saw him as a godsend to Liberia to be a liberator of this nation in our generation. I gave him my support to the fullest, and I've been out there talking to people, convincing, even my congregation. I can tell you for free on this radio without no doubt that in my ministry, 1/2 of my congregation follow where I go. So I encourage them, and they have seen over the years, more especially in these first 6 years of President Weah turn, they have seen the effort of many developments and that of infrastructures, road constructions, and building up the human capacity when it comes to paying wise fees and free, tuitions for various public university. So these are things that have motivated us, and I can tell you for sure, in this runoff, I am prepared to go out to talk to people, and even I started it. All right, we have started it, going from door to door, from house to house, talking to people, convincing them, giving them the reason why they should give President Weah a second chance. So I can tell you that for real, we are prepared, and I'm ready to go out from door to door in the slums, from community to community, and to encourage people, young people like myself, to vote for George Weah.
Are you also aware that a decision like this, there are friends or people who were your friends before, and after your decision, especially when not in their interest, they will go the other way around? Are you prepared for the backlashes? People will call you names, insult you, like we see now. Cummings now is being insulted. He and the Alternative National Congress, the people are insulting them on the internet. You prepare for that?
Oh, yes.
You are a man of God now. You should be talking about.
Oh, yes. I am prepared 100%. In fact, it started long since I decided to support President Weah. There have been a lot of people who called me names, who expected me to go their way. I did not agree, looking at the reality. And they call me names, and in fact, they distinct themselves from me. But that still, discouraged me to follow my decision of supporting President Weah. And let me just give you this, make the clarity on the radio. I'm from the National Pastoral Network for Peace.
Okay.
Yeah, where that is
in District 2.
Yeah, District 2.
Is that the one that involved Kukulu Bova?
Yeah, we endorsed Kukulu Bova, and we stood with him in this election. Okay, so we have been in the field. We are soldiers. We can give up, but what actually we are here for is we came for two reasons. One, we have a good news for the Liberian people. You see, when you have a leader who have a clear heart for his nation, people are out there observing, who also want to buttress his effort.
Okay.
So we also have a brother who is in the U.S. who have been observing this man for a very long time. And he's been supporting President Weah, though he's not in Liberia, but he followed President Weah activities every time. And he see reasons to come to Liberia with a company that he want to come and employ about 15,000 human beings. And we see a pretty, and he also want to do a open or a public endorsement of His Excellency's second term. And before coming to Liberia, he will be coming to Liberia in December. And he's coming prepared. So he told us to also make this clear to the Liberian people because of the kind of work he has seen President Weah doing over the years. So his mother, she's a Liberian. His father is a Liberian. But he based in America. He left from here some years back because of the war. But God has blessed him. He want to be a blessing to Liberian people. But the only way he could do this is that when people, when we see reason as Liberian that we know good things, that by voting President Weah, giving President Weah the second chance to lead this country and the development that we need, that's the only time we're going to have them.
So the re-election of President Weah is the requisite or the first criteria to ensuring that he can come in this country with his company.
Sure. That's the only guarantee he has.
Okay.
He believed that if President Weah is not re-elected, and he's not safe to come here.
So what is so terrible about the current breed of oppositions that you think people will see them and not being interested to work with them? We got Senator Johnson, we got Senator Kuhn, and even the Boakai who observe this country. What is so terrible about them?
Well, if you look at their records from time past, like Senator Prince Johnson, when I was coming up as a boy in 1989, when the war broke out, we watched Prince Johnson. I was in Banga when Prince Johnson came from Nema into Banga. My uncle was in the AFL. Prince Johnson killed my uncle right in Banga, on Banga Broad Street. He was the commander in Banga for the AFL. He killed him. A Loma man from Lofa County. And then we watch him enter into Monrovia and grab a sitting president who is ordained, blessed, and kill him. He did not just kill him, but see how he treated a president, a sitting president. That alone shows to the world that Prince Johnson is not of a good character. So people feel threatening that when this group of people get together who claiming that they want to rescue the nation, people see it as threatening to our peace and our democracy. So people will not want to come on these kind of people administration, because even with the Boakai and that of the Jeremiah Kuhn that we all know of his history in Nima County, that people, some reliable source coming up about him being involved into a ritualistic killing. And these are evidence I set up. And even Mr. Boakai, we know him. I'm from Lofa as well too. I'm from Kolomé. We should have said because of our traditional, or there's a tradition of Uncle shape, we will go and give our support. No. Look at his records. What are some of the things he have done? He have tinted records, very bad records. That I was reading some newspaper about him involved into certain corruption into LPRC, and he was fired from there.
Yeah.
And he went to represent Liberia. I think some part of Europe. He was there. Don't have the president. The former president don't have to call him back because he was involved into another corruption, and he was fired. So these are things that we see, and other people out there are afraid that these people shouldn't take state power, because if they do, Liberia will go 100 backward than ever before.
So he said you from the Jacob District 2. So now that we're pushing towards the elections, I want to know this. Like I said, people, because once you decide to support a person, especially in politics in our country, people believe that you've gotten some handsome reward. So have you been able, I want you to make this clear here. Is there any support politically? Somebody say, yeah, go and speak, I will give you this. So I want this to be said here so people can judge that we are not bringing people who are being paid, because other officials, former sitting representatives or outgoing representatives, and others who have decided to support the government, people believe that they've gotten something. Have you been able to receive anything from somebody from the government that call you and say, my man, receive this and do this?
Well, let me respond to that. No, absolutely no. And since this election, we have not been even able to see the president. But like I said, the love we have exhibited for him based on his numerous work and based on the good heart he has for this country. That is the reason why we choose to support him. No one in government have given us a penny or have ever called us to give us anything. So we are telling the public today to know that we will not pay, we will not bribe, we will not convince. In fact, there are people who don't even know that we are on this radio today.
Yes.
I'm telling you, they're surprised that they're hearing our voice on this radio today. Yeah, so we have not been paid. Yeah.
Yeah, that coming back to you, not just being a pastor, you are a father of a home, you got children that you are leading, and some are saying the free WAS policy, you can still afford to pay your child WAS fees. The free tuition policy, you can still afford to pay your children tuition fees in universities. How you think, looking at the decision from the government to pay the fees of all 12 graders, the WAS fees, and the public university making it free, and the president has even promised that from let's say the entire elementary, once he's re-elected, he will ensure that students go to school free, so that it can set the basis for the educational system or the better Liberia that we look forward to. How do you consider some of those decisions that have been made by the president, not just because you're supporting him today, but do you think it is necessary, the issue of the free tuition policy, the issue of the WAS fees?
100%, the issue of the WAS fee payment is paramount in our country, because looking at the unemployment rate, looking at the downtrodden majority of the citizens, it is important. There are a lot of people that cannot afford even the $5 by registration or whatsoever. They cannot afford it. And so in that light, if the president comes out and says something like that, it is in agreement with the government. But I think from my own security perspective, it is people who are educational, should I say hooligans, people who sit back there to try to bring destruction into entities, thinking that they are able to distract the public from the rightful thing, to delusion them. That means looking at the wrong thing and flagging it up and burying the good things. I don't think these people should be listening to, and I don't think they are going towards the rightful thing. I just think that people who have been benefiting from hundreds of students, putting them under cover, and they are in the universities, but register them extra differently, and they pay the money to them, and they enjoy the money. They build Google houses. Now that it is tuition free, they cannot get that privilege. They will come out to flare out things that we discourage the masses.
And so we can go to the lines and pick calls and interact with our callers. I'm enjoying the internet this morning.
Yeah,
people are insulting people because they are not in their lines. Wow. Yeah, so I'm seriously enjoying the internet this morning. Yeah, so 776-104. Yeah, you have something.
Yeah, we were just saying, Mr. Hassan. Yeah, want to say, he want to speak to the Liberian pool.
Okay.
And also
we talk about the good news.
So let me talk to him. Yes, he can be our first caller right here this morning. Mr. Hassan is there in the US. Why you gotta do with our politics here in Liberia? People want to ask. Yeah, so so we can speak with him right here this morning. He's on. Okay. So, Mr. Hassan, good morning. You live here on the radio in Liberia.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Well, I have been watching Liberia for a very, very long time.
Okay.
And since the very first peace process from the past 16 years, I've been very interested in Liberia because I know the condition it was in when I was a child before I left. And I can't even imagine the horrors after the war, how Liberia looks now. And it's been 15 years of peace, thank God. The thing I see right now, we have the right person with the right international connection to be able to guide Liberia. The world knows President Weah, but they don't know the new man that wants to come into office. So I think we will be moving backwards if we went and voted for the other side, because the very fact is the relationships will have to be reestablished, and the people in the world, the governments, are going to be trying to figure out this man. So it's better that we have somebody that they already know, and then instead of starting from the very beginning all over again, it would be a step backwards in Liberia.
You've promised to come in this country and help with the human capacity building and, of course, create jobs opportunities for Liberians. And you've said the only bottleneck here is the re-election of President George Weah. What is that you want to come and do in this country, and why only should it be under President George Weah?
The main reason is because Weah has the connections to the rest of the world. People trust him. Now, the reason why what is holding Liberia back, which Liberia has a lot of unrealized opportunity that people don't see. I see it. And what has to happen is we have to stabilize the economy. And the first step to stabilizing the economy is building completely new roads and providing electricity for everyone, where everybody does not have to pay for a meter to put electricity in their house. The only thing that they need to do is make sure their house is wired properly to have electricity put into their house.
Yeah, so, hello?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, so, is like you said, there are plans for you to come down to Liberia and help to contribute to the human capacity building and of course, as well, create jobs. But there are people listening to you, and people in our country, Liberia here, complaining that things are high. Maybe the prices of things are increasing every day. I would like for you to speak from the angle of the United States as an independent person now in this case, judging from the prices of things, how they were some years back, and considering it and comparing them to what it is now. What do you think is the difference, and what can Liberians learn from the U.S.?
Well, it's very, very simple. What makes your country stronger is the employment rate. At 80%, unemployment in Liberia is not going to help the country. If we can work on moving forward at least maybe, let's say, within the next 2 years, reduce it by 20%. Every year, reduce it 20% and get it down to the minimum of 10%. That will strengthen the liberties in Liberia, and the expenses of everything will not be as high. Even here in America, right now things are increasing globally, and so we're not free from inflation. But in Liberia has it the worst because of the unemployment rate. So if we began building the roads by a corporation in Liberia, by Liberians, and being able to provide the materials by Liberia, or even from overseas from Liberia, this will completely change the economy. But we have to start somewhere. But to stabilize the economy, we're going to have to begin with the roads. We cannot have the economy only functioning when it's dry season and not functioning when it's raining season. We have to be able to provide roads so materials and goods can move back and forth and people be able to travel freely without any obstacle in the way. And that's the main thing that's holding Liberia down, is the infrastructure. If we can provide the infrastructure, then the country will be able to come by itself. Right now, the country is actually being held hostage because of the condition that it's in. So that would be the first step. I figure between, let's say, within the next 3 to 4 years, there could be enough people employed, more like 10, 15,000 people. It's not a big number, but we're talking about a good amount of people with good paying jobs. And that itself is going to influence the economy. But we have to keep everything in Liberia. We cannot have the money just go out the country. It has to stay within Liberia to recycle itself, to remain in the country.
Yeah. So, so just before we take leave of you, anything final that you want to say that the public, maybe you got to tell the public?
That's for me?
Yep.
Yes. My main thing is, what is actually keeping investment out of Liberia is the threat of war every 6 years when there is an election. That would destabilize a country every time, and we got to get out of this cycle, because everybody in the world that's looking at Liberia wonder if Liberia is going to go to war because of the election. And that's the main problem that Liberia has, that people do not want to come to invest for this very reason.
And that is the message from the opposition. They try to tell the people that when we not win, we'll bring war in the country. So, okay, I hope we can have more of this conversation. Maybe we will build a relationship from here, and maybe who knows whether you can be our next guest online, maybe next Friday. But thanks for joining us here from the U.S. this morning.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Okay, so you listen to him. He's a Liberian based there in the U.S. And of course, he said why he wanted to support George Weah. And so, yes, we can take a few calls from here locally. And, no, I can't do this. You can't be doing my ear like that. So, walk away from your monitor before you call. That is just easy. And maybe we can pick few calls. Morning. Hello? Okay, I don't think you're ready. Morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Go ahead, you live.
Yeah, praise God. There's old men say company and they know a reminder.
Okay.
You know, Liberians, let me remind we Liberians. There's the president, Dr. Weydon V.S. Tubman, talk about 1964 when he and Kwame Nkrumah and Sekou Toure went for the second meeting of OAU in Sanikole. He said if he died, the men that will take the place will not get grave. Country men will take over when he burying house under monkey trees. Monkey pee over his burying house. War will fight. Let the property will destroy.
Yes, so yeah, oh God. Let's pick this call. Hello.
Yeah.
You live. You live.
Thank you for the opportunity.
Go ahead.
And I also appreciate each and every one that has to today. Yeah, I'm the CEO and national chairman of National Women's Support President.
Mm-hmm.
And also working from GSK.
Okay.
Support staff. Going Moses Kitchen. You know, I want missions and value to place in order to be sealed. We're going to share the end of our person that matters. The original action was of the party and the also vision of Jana, one way or the other. Goes to the real community engagement. Seriously. Because I'm people.
Thank you. So we can leave it at that. Yeah, we're out of time. Yes, sorry. So we can go back to you people. Sorry that we have to do it. You say you're 20 minutes of your time. Yeah, so we can go back and yeah, you listen to the callers and you listen to the guy whose message you try to elevate from this angle. What's your take finally before we take leave of you? Starting off first with you now.
Okay, I think you just listened kindly to Hassan Aliu.
Yeah,
and he's from Grand Bassa, and then his mom and dad are all Liberians. He is a Liberian. He left this country for some time, and because of the war, and he said Liberia is under the microscope by the world. The world is looking at us. One interesting thing he said was the people in the diaspora are worrying and thinking what are the result of our election will not end out into war. I think you listen to him clearly. Sure. And that is also our worry as Liberians because of numerous of statements that have been made by the opposition. If a head of a party will come out to say, if the result of the election do not please them, then Liberia will be no more. And we are looking at the individual with warlords, with all warriors, with people who killed in this country massively and was rewarded only with senatorial positions to re-strengthening their parents, their relatives, so that tomorrow come another time they can resurface. We are saying no to war, and it will not take place in this place because some of us are free and inclined to usher in another war.
Thank you.
So on the company, I think you listen to Mr. Hassan. He talked about the revamping of the economy of the country, and we can do that jointly by building roads and logging and agriculture and electricity and you name it. And he has the capacity. It is only because of time on the radio that he will not be able to explain in detail. But he has the capacity that he built over the years to be able to bring our economy to an international standard.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Chief, okay.
Yeah, okay. I want to use this opportunity to send this message over to all of our Lufians, brothers and sisters, mothers, uncles, and everyone in Lofa County. That this is a clear message from us. We are sons from Lofa. We want them to hear us. Let us not look at what we call the so-called uncle solidarity. Let us look at development, and I want them.
That should not just go directly to Lofa. I think
I'm gonna refer that to them too. But I want to speak directly to Lofa County first before referring. I'm from Lofa.
I will speak because I'm from Lofa.
So we want Lofians. The one are we talking about? Ga vuine gava saze. Amala look. Amala wala buaka ga toga nuga go. Ga igula namaze. Ga wawali hibu uvwe za do mavama. Oh wait, I don't know George. We are Mavama because God Patasika toga nuwa go. Tini tozia pre esiga ga elida namaze toba continue keze. So nama ga one ga boku maga adeli October November 14 ga gatlina vuiza adesara George we are Mavama. Vumama ubalka. So that's it to our people in Lofa County.
Thank you so very kind. It was nice that you guys came. Though I came late, but at least our time, I'm sure our time was well spent.
Yeah, we enjoyed the time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So we take Crime Stoppers Liberia usher in our team from the First Lady office this morning. Here is a jam packed edition. Yes, I'm sure we can do that and run out of this place quickly. Let's go for Crime Stoppers Liberia.
It's about music. There are crimes in many places. In every community, you can see. So if you see crime, you report it. Don't take law in your hands for the right authority. Really can't take your law in. Crime Stopper here for us, bringing safety to your door. Whether you rich or you poor, if you see a human target, I mean you cheche. Do it for your safety. If you see it, don't keep it. You must call to report it. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crimes for all of us. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crimes for all of us.
Crime Stopper Liberia is your community crime fighting partner. Don't take the law into your own hands. Remember, if you see a crime, report it. This is a message from your own self, Old Man Sam Sion.
Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crime for all of us. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper Liberia. It's about music. There are crimes in many places. In every community, you can see. So if you see crime, report it. Don't take law in your hands for the right authority. Really can't take your law in. Crime Stopper here for us, bringing safety to your door. Whether you rich or you poor, if you see a human target, I mean you cheche. Do it for your safety. If you see it, don't keep it. You must call to report it. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crimes for all of us. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crimes for all of us.
Crime Stopper Liberia is your community crime fighting partner. Don't take the law into your own hands. Remember, if you see a crime, report it. This is a message from your own self, Old Man Sam Sion.
Old Man Sam Sion, always there preaching message against violence. So, yes, sorry, we've got here the team of, should we say, former opposition. So we got a team, former opposition, now turned position. They've come here this morning. And these are people that we think we can give our platform to be able to, the bookman will say, expatiate more on why they took some decisions that they took firstly and now why they are reconsidering those decisions. So it's good that we got you guys here with us in studio. Tell us your name, starting up with you from my right.
All right. Thank you so very kindly. My name is Monsignor B. Roberts, and I come from District Number 17, from the opposition belt. And
when you say opposition, which party specifically?
We come from the CPP belt.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. They the opposition belt we have come from, actually, it is not just one party. We have members from many of the opposition parties that have joined us from district number 17, and we have come officially on this platform. Not the first platform, but we have been on Hot FM, but we have turned over our support to the ruling establishment because of so many reasons. Because of so many reasons that are visible, tangibles that we can see. That's the reason why we have come to let our people know that there's a need, a reality. It is glaring. It's glaring that it's a need that we support the ruling establishment in order for what we have seen in the pipeline to continue, for continuity. So we have come to say, save the district, save Liberia at large. We as opposition, we are saying we can see, our eyes are open up widely. So we will not sit down to see our district to suffer, to be marginalized for the years, the past years. All of our representatives we have been having from our district have been in the opposition. Nobody's.
You've made a decision now to bring up imposition
lawmaker. So for that reason, we must give the connection. An imposition lawmaker, we must give the precedent to him that the marriage, the relationship will be cordial, will be unanimous, so that they can be together, work together with one understanding. We will not be there. I mean, he will not be there, want to do something for the district, or being deprived from doing it for the district because of being in opposition. So that's why we have seen the reason as opposition to give our support to the ruling establishment of President George Manawia second term, so that our development agenda that have started, that are on the way already, should come and continue. Should continue, the legislature should continue, the pavement of roads should continue, the market building should continue, the free tuition should continue in our district and the country at large. So that's why we have come as young people and oppositions to turn our support over to the ruling establishment.
Chief. Thank you so much. My name is Alvin Sompan, and like my brother already said, we here from district number 17. And just to let you know, we were here in early this year, February, when we came here to convince the Liberian people why we should stage a protest against the sitting government. And at the time, Abu was the one who hosted us on your show.
You was a part of the people who planned and hosted the June 7 protest.
In fact, I'm the lead campaigner for the protest in February for affordable electricity in district number 17.
Okay.
I was the lead campaigner at the time. And so, like my brother already said, my brother, this is the development of President Weah is glaring. I hear people say, look, Alvin, we believe that people have given you money to say things that you are now saying on radio or on social media. This is not time for us to play the blind politics. This is the real thing. Look at this. In district number 17, as a case study, electricity left our district since 1992. It was just months ago that the people of our district started experiencing affordable electricity during this regime.
Somebody have to dress away from your microphone a bit, yes. So yeah, go ahead.
Thank you.
Okay.
During this regime. And the pavement of road in Banjir, since district number 17 was considered as electoral district, there was no pavement in the heart of Banjir and its terrain or environments. Even Broadway City, there was nothing. But now the people, we have over 5,000 homes, leading from Gagbetan to Banjir, from Banjir to Rehefield, all connected. And so when people hearing that we have turned over our support to the ruling establishment, it's because we keep saying it, that the reality of the day, the tangibles are visible. All right, and to have the opposition coming in, that which we form, We said it this counter when we appear on Hot FM. I told the guys, I said, look, we are here to set the basic from Mr. Cummings. And then he asked the question, say, but look at all of the demands that Mr. Cummings put forth. Do you think, President, I said, on a serious note, look at all of the demands. We fit, President, we are fit in that. President, we are fit in that demands.
So some will say it's because of people like you that the election is going to second round, because you've seen all of what the president have done, but during the first round, you campaign against his second term bid, thinking that bringing your candidate or your choice on board would have helped to change things. And now you're coming back to say, let's re-elect the president. Let's re-elect this government. Why this sudden swift? Is it only because of the election, or let's say the electricity that is going in District 17, or some will say members of the CPP are trying to pay back what was done to their political leader by the Unity Party?
We are here to save Liberia. We are here to save District number 17. So we are not here to pay back, right? The thing here is, CDC have a party mandate. The collaborating political party, ANC, which I'm from, will also have a party mandate. We were on an obligation during the first round to go towards our party mandate. And then now we have a choice to decide between the future of Liberia and the backwardness of Liberia. You young men are young men. You don't expect me to have a kid, a 5 years old child. I'm a Ramatali 8 years. You don't expect me, and then we have 6 years. That is a tough.
44.
Certainly. So if I allow somebody who have 12 years and who plan it on the basis of all carbon impact, on the basis of look, we squandered we didn't mean it because we squandered the resources that were given to us. I respectfully say to you, if anyone who was to build Liberia and develop the country, it could be the early and the George Walker regime. George, we have committed no crime. That didn't say it. That didn't say it.
And even Senator Johnson
today, if we are facing Barrow, it's not President we are. Today, if our education is messed up, it's not President we are. Look, let me bring this to you. Early after President we are, and this is a true confection. After President we are ascendancy to the presidency, around 2017, our privilege, I will not call specific name, but our privilege at the time, my boss meant to be in a meeting that I eardrop. And that meeting, I'm going to say my political leader, but then Mr. Arizona Cummings was also in the meeting. And all the top birds who have this country power in their hands to detect that, look, where Liberia goes. I was in that meeting, look, the guy said it clearly in that meeting. They said, look, we going to make President Weah look ugly in the face of those Liberians that voted him. How? They said that, look, we will strangulate the economy. We saw it. We saw after President Weah came to power, we saw total leaving Liberia for the first time. People of Liberia, they were going to filling station, carrying gallons. People park their cars. That was cleverly politically done by then opposition. I saw it, or we saw it. Not only that, we heard that Firestone were prepared to put over hundreds of the employees,
especially where Patrick Honda worked as a public relation officer for the company.
Excellent. Not only that,
so you think he played a role in showing that the government name is tarnished from that end of Firestone, maybe by the decision you're talking about.
So
he was one of those in the meeting. Can you confirm that, whether he was one of those in the meeting you're talking about?
Well, I cannot confirm that, to be real to you, because to be truthful to you, at the time I didn't know the Patrick Honda.
Okay.
So I cannot say this. So in Cape Man, the oil company. What is the name?
Golden Verilion?
No, in Cape Man.
Mano, yeah, former Sam Darby.
Yes, Sam Darby, former Sam Darby. Sam Darby also threatened to leave Liberia. Today they left. So we are telling you that we have insincere people who have the powers in their hands to dictate how the country runs. They are angry. They are angry because of the massive development process we are carrying on.
So just before I go to your colleague, I would like to know, it's good that you've been there, you've been close to the opposition, the two of you. Was there any point in time that those guys, that you guys were with before, sat and confessed to themselves that this government, this president is doing well, and the only way we can get him out is to maybe use false propaganda, tarnish his reputation?
Yes, it. The thing is, you went to school and then you have a doctorate degree, you have a master's degree, you have a BSc, and then I do not go to school, I do not even match you. You get me? And then I start in 6th grade. Then all of a sudden, the Liberian people overwhelmingly voted me. On the other hand, I came from a slum background, and you came from a privileged background. So what's come to your mind? It tells you that there are people, you follow Benoit Ure. He said this country belongs to us. Who the us? Are those
American Liberians?
Are those American Liberians who came on Elizabeth 86 persons? You kidding me? We got to be real to ourselves. Liberia for all Liberians. So we hate people when you come on platform, when you sit in your house and make derogatory statement on this. And so when you hear someone saying this, that we have heard it, this man have done nothing. It almost like the scenario of Jesus Christ. When it started to crucify him.
Free Barabbas.
There were people who said this man have done nothing. Even those who were crucifying, they knew sincerely in their heart that he did not do anything, but because he was in their way to bring salvation.
Some of you were people who were using that very message to push the government to where it is. You staged a protest. You form part of those who staged the June 7 protest.
So let me tell you now, I was part of the June 7 protest, but I was not the forerunner. But I
do you regret all of those things you did?
Well, sincerely speaking, you know, when you dichotomize and you look at the 12 years of the early regime, and then you look at the 6 years. If I want to read 6 years,
the 6 years January 18 and the 22nd next year.
And then you dichotomize, you statistically look at the differences, man, and look at the funding that came in from these two governments. Then you draw a conclusion. We are telling the Liberian people this is a time to open our vis-a-vis and save Liberia. We are telling them this is not time. You know, I listen to your talk show host. Liberians, most of us who are on the fence are just playing petty jealousy. Because you're not there and I'm there, so you want to think that I'm getting everything. I'm telling you.
Yes, so we can go. Just quickly, I know of a guy who said one reason he's not supporting the re-election of President George Weah is because he got somebody very young renting from him, and the president have never been strangulated with the payment of rent. So he feels that the president is enjoying the government money, so you want the president to get strangulated to pay government, to pay rent. So because of that, these are the people that stealing our money, so we're not vote for the president. But now back to you coming in just cutting from the opposition, coming to the ruling party, though there are Liberians who still would not believe and trust your decision. But how prepared are you to do what you did for the opposition to ensure that you clear the minds of the people that some of those things you said about the president, whether you were being incited by your leaders to do them, but now you've come and seen the real picture, you've come to dedicate your life to the transformation of our country.
Okay, thank you, Hagar. This is a very beautiful question, and I expect this question anyway. Let me take my time to say this. When we decided to support, and we from various opposition parties decided to support, we thought of all these questions that this question going to be asked at forefront. My brother, we as Liberians, we have to be clear. We have to be able to see the vision. I always like to use this saying that the scripture says, young men shall see vision and old men shall dream dreams. My brother, we cannot be young and not seeing and certain, acting like old people. We look at our party mandate when we were in the oppositions, and we went to the first round, and we saw that the first round did not go as expected, and then we put the pros and the cons. Gentlemen, we are in the opposition, but here is it for the benefit of the district, the benefit of the country. Where you think we can go? Let's weigh the two parties that are going to the run-up. Let's see which one of them are preferred that have done something. So we go back to the 12 years to check and see what we can compare to the almost 6 years now we are in for the president. We are our presidency. Let's see and compare and see. So we came to the understanding that, oh yeah, we were in the protest. We were there putting government feet to the fire to make sure what is to be given. Now that government have started, do we need a rocket scientist to see electricity as it is glaring and see in our district since 92 to see 2023? Now that electricity just crossed, start from Badiatown from the Superior Belt, Badiatown going up to Iron Gate, the Banjo, the bring through the Iron Gate, and we see pavement on the road. Why will we go on the opposite side right now so that another government, an attempt to change the George Manuel government and bring another ruling establishment? There will be a total restarting. We are saying we will start a restarting of everything, developmental agendas, or let's say process that will be changed with different.
And some are saying it will not be as immediate as we wish, because
that's what I'm coming.
The United Party is supposed to go for medical attention, spending 1 year.
That's why I'm coming. It will not be immediate. It will not be immediate. That was happening before we got to realize that there is a new certain government that is about to start doing development in 6 years has already elapsed. Then we will be talking about another 6 years again. So we are not in a position for that, to always be on the fence and be looking at it will. George Manuel, we have started this. We must give him the second term to continue and complete it. We are seeing the developments are vivid. We are seeing it clear. There's no need we sit down and say, Joseph Boakai come, we gave you the presidency, so you will start, he will look around, okay, let's see for our district. Honorable Bernard Benson is a sedition. He won district number 17. You become and win the elections. Brother, God forbid. Thank you. You know what will happen? We will remain, all the developmental opportunities of the gender that have started in district number 17 will remain static. They will remain there until even the road that are paved will get damaged, and there will be no way to pass it. Even the electricity, if they will say current will go, it will never come out after another 6 years. And we are not prepared to see that happening. In as much we stage a protest, we are in the opposition, and we saw government doing what we want to do. We believe the Johnny Province, the Johnny 1,000 miles start with the first step. So we believe in as much it have started, we have to give it, we have a chance to continue it. That's what we have.
So quickly,
quickly.
Let me draw a scenario of Nigerian former President Buhari. The reason why General Buhari wasn't successful in his first term being for Nigeria at the time, Buhari was sickly. And next to me at the time could not effectively function as a president. And it carried Nigeria backward in terms of fighting the extremists, the Boko Haram at the time. So we are telling the Liberian people vis-a-vis. If you now open your eye, let me say in a clear Liberian term, simple one, if you open your eye, this thing is not about hatred. This thing is about putting Liberia first. It's not your personal thing. It's not about putting money in your pocket. If you, my man, as young as I am, I hold a bachelor's degree in accounting and education. I have a garden. When I came out of university, the first money I handled, I purchased a land. And I planted cassava. What can Liberians? We have a vast land. What all of us want? We need pocketed job. We need to sit on an AC. What can we do for ourselves? But instead, we turn to look at our representative. The job of a representative is not to put money in your pocket. The job of the president is not to put money in your pocket. And that is why those representatives who do not mean well for our people just come and flash money all around. But, go ahead.
Yeah, so we'll go to the lines, but just quickly, let me ask you guys this question, and I need your sincere opinion on them. If the Unity Party standard bearer, Boakai, was not to or not going to treat the ANC standard bearer comments the way he did, will you guys be here today supporting George Weah?
That's a very good question. That's a very, very good question, and we appreciate that. Higa, let the people of District number 17 and the Liberian people, many listeners, put us on record for this. We, again, as I stated, we see vision. We see vision. We now open to have dreams. We were going to see the vision as we saw it to come and get our support. We are going to see the vision as we saw it now to come and get our support. And we know there's going to be no alternative, because I said it previously that I'm in the University of Liberia right now, reading economics, and I got a son that is 15 years old. You see my age now, in the late 30s. You think I entered the University of Liberia through the good pleasure of President George Manneh Weah, I can say, because that is free tuition. That's why I'm able. I never had the money to apply, even to apply for the entrance, because I could not afford. I'm an agriculturist. And after high school, I did agricultural certificate level, and I'm doing agriculture personally to survive.
Colleagues say the free tuition policy is not important for the country.
I did forward that. I'm telling you now, that is why I got on my garden. I plant my lettuce, my potato green, and get money, and I'm able to pay $2,550 every semester. I'm able to afford. So it's true, President George Manneh Weah. We've seen those kind of things, and I'm able now to pay my little son's tuition, at least from what I earn from my little garden, and also send myself to university. So what more do I need to sit down and say, Kumi wa Webaka? Then I will. I know President Weah have started something that he need to continue. That's why we have come to giving our support.
Two of you, each will have to take maybe 2 minutes to honestly answer this question.
Okay.
During your stay in opposition, there were too many things that you people did. You formed part of your leaders to do, some of which tarnished the reputation of this government that we are fighting today to clear. During your stay in opposition, if you are asked today, what is that greatest regret that you will want to ask for forgiveness today? What you think you did to the CDC government that you think now that you've come over, you want to ask for forgiveness today?
Okay, so
okay.
To be sincere with you, politicians have the way of swaying people's attention, of creating falsehood for the better good. And I'm going to say that again. For creating falsehood for the better good.
Falsehood in context.
Yes, in context, for the better good. And so we can say clearly that at the time, we were taught, we were trained to create falsehood.
Being paid.
Not being paid.
Okay. Just wanted to know that.
No, not being paid.
Don't mind me.
I know that. All right, but we have been trained to create falsehood. I mean, light and darkness cannot. We cannot continue as young as we are to be in the darkness and seeing the reality of the time. And so we saw all of that. We realized all of that. We can sincerely on this platform. Let me use this platform to apologize to the Liberian government and Liberian people at large for our action against the true son of this land. Because at the time I gave you a scenario, what we heard, we were not at the forefront, but sometimes we just got information from eardropping, and then we
went to conclusion.
We went on to conclusion. Many of our colleagues are saying this. Mind you, just last night, my house was burglarized because of our action and our decision to follow President Weah. I lost my flash screen. I lost my computers.
Maybe it would prefer that you got money from the government, so you get in your house.
But you know what? After our decision, we made a connection to convince the First Lady office, Manakla Weah. We turned over 50 militants who we have influence over in our district. We turn over, and those militants are all from the Unity Party belt. In that program, when you follow it, or research in our district, they came up in their usual regalia of the opposition political parties. And then we turn them over, including ourselves.
Okay.
And so that's it.
Yeah, so your honest opinion.
And thank you very much, Higa. And let me be very honest to the question that you have asked, right? Why on the opposition side, we were always propagating messages that President Weah was never the right person for the Liberian people. In fact, the most common thing we heard on the opposition was, oh, the man is a soccer star, the man is not a politician. So we heard this information that the man is a playboy. We heard onto the information, and we were just running with them, not knowing who President Weah is, until we don't know the kind of person he is, until we get to know, we start to see this man they're talking about. He is the one that is bringing, when he visited District number 17, when he said, you see, you want current? Yes, people say we want current. He said, current will come. We saw current. It changed my mind. Okay. We saw the road pavement that started before even the current. It started to change my mind. So, when somebody is telling about somebody and you have never encountered, some of their doings or some of the person, you actually stand to believe who tell you until you meet the person, you know who they are, you all remain that. Thank you. I want to say sorry to President of the Liberian people and sorry to the really sorry for all of what we carried on sincerely.
Some will say your actions over the last 6 years did more harm than good for the government. You used 6 years to propagate wrong message against the government. And now I want to know, just before I take callers, I want to know how prepared are you?
Thank you.
Because when Saul were prosecuting, but then, poor now, but then Saul, and he was prosecuting God's people, and God arrested him while on his way to Damascus. He changed and thought to do the right thing now for God. So now that you guys have been arrested, how prepared are you to change your name from Saul now to Paul and be able to bring more people back to the CDC? Because some of your actions took people away from the CDC, you know that.
Okay. One of the things that we did for the Liberian people that was not negative, but then opposition. Opposition. The regional establishment was the issue of affordable electricity. That was not a bad thing to ask the government. It's enshrined in our constitution.
Yeah, no, you're right about that.
Yeah, to petition the government and your own necessity. And so for that, the people of District 17, we owe them no apologies. In fact, they are all around telling us thank you. Along with the lawmaker, the current lawmaker, the People's Magnet DJ Blue, who also helped us in that process. And so we have no regret on our end. But for the June 7th end, we follow.
I wanted to call in front of the executive mansion.
We were no, I was not a son in that area. My duty back then was to create propaganda. I'm very good in propaganda. In fact, I can still tell you I hold a PhD in propaganda, and so I can make I can even make your own song go against you. All right, so we come over to CDC, we bring assets.
You got less than 2 weeks to do so.
We run a chat room that have over 700 persons on a WhatsApp chat room that I am the administrator of that chat room. Out of that number, we have over 85% of them are opposition people who get regards and who are willing and who can listen to us. We are sure. I'll give you a scenario. An elderly man who have never voted for President Weah, a community impact corner called Dusty Row, where we invited the First Lady, Malakra Weah. That man had never, in fact, to see CDC regalia. For him, it was a bad dream. But when I confronted this man, I mean, I'm telling you how influenced we are. When we confronted this man about bringing the First Lady, he said, Alvin, let me tell you, I'm not a sedition. And I would not want to be part of the kind of a program. So we convinced him, we said, no, you're the chairman, you have to be. So then we agree. And then he called me and said, Alvin, I'll be part of the program and I will help everything. That man was the cause of that program being successful. That day, he will endorse. He will dress up as a sedition. Today, Mark Parker. There are a lot of Provilians who are calling him, say, you join CDC. The old man say, I have no regret. It was because I did not meet the First Lady. I did not meet President Weah. But from the friendly conversation from the First Lady, I believe her sincerity that we just been propagating wrong messages to the Liberian people. And that's it. You know, our country, Liberia, we are not educated.
Like I said this morning, people don't go behind to do independent investigation.
That's it. You know, so when you say people don't wrong with it.
Thank you. So let's just pick few calls, maybe few calls, 776-672, 776-104-104, 776-104-104. You listen to them. They've been baptized. Now they've changed from where they, who they were before and now to who they are, supporting the re-election bid of President George. We are listening to them here. Let's pick this one morning. You're live. Go ahead.
My name is Ojuku Ogoswa.
Ojuku, go ahead.
I'm going from district number 4. And let me say good morning to the Conversation Studio. Congratulations and welcome to the Coalition for Democratic Change and welcome to the process that will develop and shape the path of our country for the re-election of the president. Look, it is not a mistake. Anybody can change. Anybody can change. The fact that you are recognized and induced and incubate in your mind that the president is the best person to support in this election, I think that is the rightful thing. Liberia must change. Only your generation.
Thank you. We don't have lots of time to do so. Maybe this caller. Sorry, we got next program coming right above our head. So let's just stay right there. And guys, sorry, that is because of time. And I think finally, before we take leave of you, listening.
Yes. Okay. Thank you again. Finally, I want to say thank you to the Freedom FM family for having us. And again, we are prepared. We are on our foot. We are the foot soldier. We are on the vanguard of incorporating more of our oppositions. We are in our district. We're having meetings with our community leaders. We are meeting with the oppositions from various communities, making sure to get them over on board. We have had so many different meetings with almost. We have 200 some more communities in district number 17. We're going to make sure we cover the entire communities, having meeting with the leadership and try to get all of the opposition on board
Thank you.
as soon as possible.
Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much. We want to say save District 17, save Liberia.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so very kindly. You listen to them. Oh yes, folks, we had to call it a day right here on today's edition of the program. So the name is Hagar. I've been here on the Friday's edition of the program. Until I'm back here, hopefully it's on next Friday. Let's continue on the path of development. Vote number 2. The people will say the UNE candidate with the woman side him. Yeah, the ballot you will not find from 1 to 2, but you will see one paper sitting with a BDR boy Sabu here, and the old man sitting right by him in blue lapel. So that is what you should do to transform Liberia. I'm out of this building, folks.